Let me see hashtag yeehaw in chat. Hashtag yeehaw. That's gonna enter you to win some dragon shields, boys. Woohoo! Hashtag yeehaw. Hello. Hello? Is anybody?
Man.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Chad, how we doing tonight? Look, we got the whole team here. Everybody say hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Y'all, we got some Thunder Junction to talk about. You know we do.
Thunder Junction, what's your function? Is kind of going to be something that we were brainstorming.
Something that we were brainstorming.
Yeah. Thunder Junction, what's your function? That is something that sounds like that has never existed, is my understanding.
Chat, we got Thunder Junction previews to go through tonight.
Oh, Thunder Junction previews.
Thunder Junction previews. No, not just rhyming tonight, but I do need chat to type in hashtag yeehaw. If you want to win some dragon shields, you better type in hashtag yeehaw before I pick a winner.
You had been doing all of these puzzles, which was why I had been practicing on rhyming before we came into the stream.
None of the puzzles are rhyming. It's 5-letter words. I ask you to brush up on your 5-letter words. Spectre, what's up? Another one.
What's going on?
Yo, chat. So you may notice here that there are a few more people than normal. It is Patron Roundtable night. If you are a member,
there will be no rhyming in this stream.
There's not going to be any rhyming. We're not going to worry about the rhyming. If you
want to rhyme, you can, but it's not required, and we're not going to do it at all.
If you are a rhymer, get in chat. If you are a member of the elite strategist tier or higher on our Patreon, once a month, you are on stream with us for the first segment of the stream. Everybody who's on, who we can see your camera, I guess Spec and Buzz. Wave, say hello.
Hello.
We've also got food time. That's the pizza. You can see the pizza down there.
I'm waving, you just can't see. Hello.
And you've also got Jank, which, I mean, Jank, I gotta say, thanks for bringing a little yeehaw.
Yeehaw! That's courtesy of Spec. Spec did that for me.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Spec has been applying cowboy hats to anything and everything he can get his hands on today.
Speaking of yeehaw, hashtag yeehaw, Dragon Shield's going to Sharpeepee. Sharpeepee, thank you for being here. Thank you for entering the giveaway.
Low-key favorite names in chat, Sharpeepee.
Sharpeepee, it's a good username.
It's a good name.
If you were that person on TikTok that goes good band name, bad band name, but it's username, that person would go Sharpeepee. Good username.
Sharpeepee, more like warm peepee.
Kind of on theme, PP.
Spectre 380, bad username.
Terrible.
Buzzfuzz, good username.
Good
Spectre with elite speak. That takes me back though. Seriously.
Look, man, when I was playing Counter-Strike 1.6, I thought this was so cool.
I mean, it's really good. Honestly, I'm not gonna hate on it.
Sharp-PP, you
I've
know what
never-
to
I
do.
never thought
Message me on Discord and we'll get you some Dragon Shields, pal. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to everybody who's going to be here tonight or who is here tonight. I'm already thanking people who aren't even arrived yet. Isn't that? I'm ahead of my game. How's that going?
You're on your game.
Thank you very much. I
That's
do
been
appreciate
time.
that.
Except for the whole rhyming thing, because there was a miscommunication there. And this will be the last time I bring it up.
We are the physical manifestation of a miscommunication. Would you say that that's true or not?
That was
You're
so
having
good.
a malfunction.
That was so good.
Malfunction. Thank you very much. At least our mods can be honest with us. We do appreciate that. Y'all, we got to start with Moxle. Yeah, we got to start with Moxle. Y'all know we do.
Okay.
What
All right.
we need.
Turn off
I
chat.
got a good word for you.
Everybody turn off chat.
Ooh, Jank, before you give us your excellent 5-letter word that has to do something with MTG, let me shout out our
Okay.
sponsors real fast on the channel. We'll talk about
Card Conduit.
all of our sponsors at length right after we get done with our first segment, where we're going to review the Precon commanders with everybody here on the round table.
Yeesh.
Jake said it. Card Conduit, best place to sell your Magic the Gathering cards. TCG players, the best place to buy them. Dragon Shield's the best way to protect them. MTG stocks, best way to track their prices. Mox Field, best way to play Moxle and put your deck lists on the internet. Jank,
You will see our sponsors on the stream, and you can also find information to all of our sponsors and affiliate links in the description of the video.
and I think
I'm
I
sure
said
you've
it, but
never
Sharp
heard
PP,
anybody say
message
that
me
it's
on
in the-
Discord and we'll get those sleeves over to you.
We are the first YouTube channel that will be directing people to the description of the video for stuff. So we just
Yeah.
kind of discovered that, like
Yeah.
on the back end kind of thing. And
I just
so
found that there's
yeah,
a
you
like
can put
button.
stuff there. Yeah, there's a
Um,
like button. There's other buttons. You can click all of them. It's great.
Fang, what's up? Good to see you. Yo, Jank.
On YouTube.
Jank, hit us with the word. What's the word, pal?
So I'm wondering, it might be too early, but I'm thinking crime.
Crime. Let's jump right in.
Ooh, crime.
I like
This
that it
is
doesn't
good
have any.
and on theme.
Yeah, I like that it's on theme. It doesn't have any repeats. Let's see what we got. All right, we got
Does
an R.
everyone have chat turned off?
Yeah,
Don't look
do
at
not
chat.
If you already know today's word, do not spoil it. We're trying to play a game and have fun
Okay.
here. All right, we got
Right,
an
so
R.
we know that R, and this means when it's highlighted in yellow, what does this mean?
That we got the letter is in the word, but it's not in the
Okay.
right place. So
Wrong place.
Take
Oh,
it.
I have one.
Okay.
I have one. Roast.
Was roasting something?
There's a
That's a
card
good
called
one.
roast.
There's a card called Roast.
yeah, there's a card called roast.
Do we want to try it?
On my desk.
Yeah, go for it.
All right,
Ooh.
we
okay.
gain more information.
Okay.
We know where it is not. We also
So
know
I'm
that
thinking the R is at the end then.
A, I, and E all out. So maybe I'm thinking we got a U in this word.
How about scout?
Scour?
Can't be an S.
Scour.
Can't be a C. Can't be an S. But I do
Oh,
really
okay.
like.
Oh, well, there isn't. Oh, shit, you're right.
I like this a
How about
lot,
that?
but I don't know what else there is.
Flower.
Flower.
I mean,
I don't think it's there, but
Flower. I don't know if this is an MTG word, you guys.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
kind of
that's
have to
right.
push
I
back
also
on
don't
this.
think it's spelled
vigor
right.
vigor won't work. Eyes not in it, chat. Eyes
Yeah.
not in it. And look, I took a risk glancing at
Don't
chat.
look at chat.
I took a risk to interact.
Don't
just
interact
wanna
with chat right
interact.
now. If chat likes us,
I
they
took a
like us
risk.
and they will stay. Don't
like-
Vigor
even
was
bother
a
them.
good
Yeah.
suggestion. Vigor was a good suggestion, except we already have an I.
What
Don't
about
let me
power?
down, chat.
Oh,
No cheating.
prowl.
What is it?
Yeah, I can't
Power?
have E.
What'd you say,
Prowl.
Buzz?
Prowl.
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 Put-
I
no,
like
we need
that.
the R. At the,
Oh, no, R can't be second.
no, don't put the R there. Don't put the R there. We already know it can't go there.
R-
Do like power.
Power was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Can't have an E,
power.
though.
Power could work.
E is not in the
Oh, it
word.
doesn't go there.
I know we know
Okay,
the
go
E
there.
is.
Okay. Sower?
Mhm.
No,
Yeah, it's
never
an
mind.
S or an E.
You could do sword.
Sword.
Oh,
No
shit.
sword. No
S.
S.
Oh, no S.
No S. No S. No S.
But all the other ones are not repeats, right? No, the O is. No, but we want the O somewhere.
Yeah, we
That's
gotta
okay.
have.
I think we could do it.
And it can't be gourd?
No, because
It
G
could
No,
O.
it is gourd. You're
The
right. You
O would
guessed
need
it.
to be
No,
there.
it's an R. Yeah, it could be gourd.
It could be gourd. I say go
I don't
gourd.
think.
I full send gourd.
Our.
I don't think it can be gourd, right?
No, it can't be gourd.
No,
Because
it
What
can't
about
be fucking gourd.
ORM at the end?
ORM?
N, like Nancy.
N as in Nancy? S and T are really throwing me off.
Swarm.
Yeah, man.
SW. No,
S.
the S, dude. The
I'm
damn
telling you,
S.
it's
I
the
would
S.
just do it. If you have enough non-repeats, I think it's okay.
Oh, now we're gonna game the system a little bit. I don't mind that. PY OUR.
I think it's still
This
gonna-
is a one blue pure.
Okay, we're just like
Yeah.
YOLOing this.
We're
our
gaming.
third guest.
This is called gaming the system.
This is
Okay.
how I do it. So
Okay, let's try it.
It's not gonna let us. We got to put in a legal word.
Oh, got it. Got
Try
it.
flower. Just in case.
FLOUR. Boom. Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
We got an L and an O.
so we know where the R is now.
R
Yeah,
has
it's gotta
to
be
be
the fourth one.
fourth position, so it's gonna be this.
Okay. Glory.
I feel like it's gonna be.
Yeah,
Ooh.
glory.
Glory
There you go.
has got to be the answer, Jake. Yeah,
Let's go.
baby.
Oh, let's go.
Well done.
All right.
They've done it 2 times in a row now. That's pretty good.
Well,
Claps.
I like that. I like that third yellow there. That was some secret arcane tech.
Yeah,
that
pure
Spectre
was not
for.
acceptable, but I did like it. I did like it.
And then Buzz Fuzz saying flower. I like that. Okay,
All right, let's hit up Commander Cheryl
cool.
for today.
All right, I'm turning chat back on. Chat, you're no
Chat.
longer banished.
All right,
in my
so we
I
got-
haven't done this one today.
You haven't done this one, you said?
No, I haven't. I usually do it first thing.
Gotcha.
I don't do any
Perfect.
of these things.
All right, well, I mean, I think it's safe to say this is an enchantment aura, so we could pretty safely guess A, U, and R.
Oh wait,
What is,
I'm
this is
banished from
the
chat
one.
again by
You
chat.
get +1 for every.
I like doing it
thing.
without guessing
Oh, all
letters.
that
That's more
glitters.
fun.
Yeah, it's like all that glitters.
It definitely looks like all the glitters.
Oh, it does look like all that
Yeah.
glitters.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
that was so easy.
GG.
All
There you
right.
go.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
You get too much info with a magic card sometimes.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
so.
It's more fun not to play the hangman piece of that one and just try to come up with the card.
Oh yeah.
The issue with that game is that for anybody who knows like cards, it's just so easy to get it. It's like,
No.
sure, if you don't know, you
I
could just be
remember
like
it
guessing
was-
letters and stuff, but it's
If-
like,
If Joel did what he did the last stream, where he just full sended contagion clasp in front of any woman, they would have walked away.
Oh,
Like,
dude, that's how. I mean, bro, I'm married with 2 kids. How you think I got here, baby?
I can name contagion clasp.
I'll be like, tell me
at
how
any
many.
given-
Think of a random magic card and tell me how many letters are in the name, and I'll tell you what it is. That's my pickup line. What's
Oh my
y'all's
gosh.
pickup line? What have y'all been doing?
My wife said
I hate that I've known him long enough to know that that's true.
Oh, man. I think my wife tolerates it. That's about as good as we get.
My wife will ask me like, "What is that one card that?" And I'll just answer like,
Chat, as you may see, and if you didn't hear me before, we got a team on tonight. Tonight is our patron round table. Everybody that is at our elite strategist tier or higher not only gets a 1-hour call as a group with me and Jake offline,
If you desire,
Once
if you
per month.
desire it.
but you get to be on the stream once per month with us as well for a roundtable segment. Tonight, our
Here with our
roundtable segment.
modulators, which
Yes.
is the long modulator, which is
Yes.
the long version of mod.
Yep.
Everybody always says mods, but these are our modulators.
These are our modulators, our elite strategists, if you will.
Where's the
Tonight, our,
modulations? It's hard to tell these days because there's so many different.
go look it up. Go look it up.
pretty sure
Yeah,
we answered with
I will
plus-
Go
later.
look it up.
I
Go
already
look it up.
modulated
Okay.
this month.
I
Go
like
look at-
modulators because it makes me think of the regulators.
Go look at your go look at your
yes.
Britannica. Don't you have an Encyclopedia Britannica?
We've just been talking about abbreviations a lot lately, and I'm just trying to stay up to date and hip with it.
Do you have
That's
your
all.
26 disc in Carta set?
No, because I was practicing rhyming before the stream. Damn you! Damn you! Trip me up again.
I've just been practicing the Warm Pea jingle.
Everybody needs to stop saying
We do need
warm
to make
pea
a
to
short
me.
about that, by the way. We're gonna make
I
a.
tried to make a clip of it. It didn't end well because he
Let's,
I made
can
a
we
magic
please
card
make a
of-
short out of it. I think we should.
Find an outlaw. I don't even
Because
remember
it's called
the jingle.
outlaws, right? Or is
Out-
it criminals? How to determine if
Outlaws.
someone's an outlaw?
Outlaw.
And then we have come up
Warlock
with this new way to
assassin.
tell if something's an outlaw, and it's a warlock and whatever.
Chat
Warlock,
Then we
assassin,
say
rogue, mercenary, or
pirate.
pirate.
And the other way to
Warm
remember
P.
that is warm P, and
Easy
a way to
peasy.
remember that is that P is warm, and then that's how I would end the short. Do you like that? I'm discussing it here with our elite strategists.
Yeah, the elite strategist
it's
should be
great.
in on this discussion.
Okay, I got
I do
one-
like it.
yeah.
I'm
That's
starting
like
to
a yay
wonder if
from
maybe
Jay.
this discussion
Yeah,
should be
give me a
in.
little tick on the tally sheet.
Is that like turning in a school project that is about making a school project? Is that against the rules for us to do a short about
Because
making a
you
short?
tripped me up with the rhyming thing, I'm throwing this back at you, and we're going to discuss this right here.
If it looks like an outlaw to me, you
Yeah.
gotta remember warlock, assassin,
Or-
rogue, mercenary, and
Mercenary.
pirate to me. Warm P.
Warm P.
There you go.
Okay, so there is going to be a short made where people will be able to remember it, and we won't call attention to, what a lot of people are going to think when they hear it.
Chat, I don't want to break up our productivity here, but I do want to talk to you about how our first segment of tonight with
Yes.
our patron roundtable here is going to be a little review of our face commanders for Outlaws of Thunder Junction, aka March of the Machine in cowboy hats, aka if you know, you know.
March of the
secret-
Machine in cowboy hats. That is a dank meme. Did you find that,
Bro.
or were you on Twitter when
No,
you?
I'm right.
Or
I'm,
was that a Joel
I'm
Brainism?
putting together a video right now about how much I personally hate the MTG story today. I asked on the community tab to get
Yeah.
people's opinions. I've seen some people got stirred up on this on Twitter day before yesterday, and I went in and kind of poked and stirred up a little more to try and get more opinions and info flowing. And
Yes.
I'm putting together a video about it just because
It feels like it's just we've entered the quantum leap era of
Yes.
MTG.
Oh, I
Like,
love Quantum Leap.
I'm down for Fortnitification of MTG more than most people, but
Yes.
at this point, we're seeing them use the IP outings to just be like, oh, and Getrog's here, and I'm like, what? What?
So are you saying that
They
somehow?
went through the trouble and boasted about it of creating a Navajo-inspired race
Yes.
of people in the show, in the game, in the lore, and then didn't make them native to Thunder Junction. What? They're just another people that are cruising through because everybody was like, Omen Paths have a middle, y'all. This is the middle.
Maybe this is like the southern area of Arrakis, where like only certain people can live here.
You know,
And,
I feel like
I've not seen Dune.
this set was supposed to be
I don't get that
Borderlands,
reference.
and that contract.
No, I'm
fell
all right.
through.
No, so what you're saying though
That
is
actually
that,
makes sense,
is that by me
Spectre.
not being interested in lore, I've kind of like lucked out here, right? Is because I've dodged a big bullet, which is if
Well-
I had been interested in the lore, I would have been very, very sad at the current state of affairs.
I'm barely interested in the lore, and I'm still disappointed.
Yeah.
After
I
reading
like
March
the
of the
lore.
Machine, I kind of tuned out.
yeah.
I like the lore. It's fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad that there was like native people. But I'm more hyped to see if we'll ever go to their world.
Yeah, I wasn't
Right.
mad about them. Let me be clear. I was not mad about them. I am very interested. I grew up when I was young, we went to a lot of the Cherokee reservation stuff, not reservation, but Cherokee like burial mounds and tribal sites that were preserved here. That's always been something I've been very interested in. And so when they talked about that, I was very interested to see that represented in the game, but it all just feels very cartoony. I mean, look at Amonkhet. Amonkhet was about the oh man, I'm gonna get started here. This was all gonna be in the video. Amonkhet is about this religious experience that these combatants have, and the ultimate reward is getting killed and then mummified in rock. That is what they aspired to and loved, and it was all about deification of different ideals, and it got deep while still being accessible and a good representation of everything. I can see everybody on screen right now going, oh my god, what is he doing? How deep is this going
how about
right here?
Borderlands 8 Oceans 36? Everyone comes through the Omen path, baby.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what it is now. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where we're at.
We, instead of getting a plane where we had new characters and new protagonists, antagonists, or a mix thereof, new story, or a chance to tell a story about a plane that was at the crossroads of a lot of the Phyrexian invasion stuff, and instead of doing that, they were just like, heist, baby, Oko and Oko's son. And they're like, and this is Oko's son. And you're like, cool, man, what's your story? And he's like, I'm Oko's son. It's like, nice, dude.
Yep.
What do you do? And he goes, I'm Oko's son. It's like, okay, well, that's cool. Do you have like powers or motivations? And he's like, yep, I'm Oko's son. So that's pretty much all I know about Kellen. Yeah. So anyway, the story, whack. I got off topic.
No, it sounds awful, and I do appreciate you bringing it up, though.
Precon commanders.
I think we all do.
Precon commanders are what we are here to review tonight with our patron roundtable. Let's swap over and take a look at this stuff.
Yeah, and then, I mean, we got Terror of the Peaks. This is kind of cool. I'm sure that people are looking at all these spoilers that are coming out. That's a really fun one to bring back.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Let's
I am hyped for that.
It's up to what, like 60 or so? So it's a good replay.
Did it really?
Is it going to move the needle, though? Because
That's
no,
the
the
thing.
amount
I
of
think
people that I
it's
saw
Mythic too,
were
right?
so excited about it means that this isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
it might drop to like 30 or 40, but I don't think it's going to crash like some of the other cards do when they get reprinted.
I remember buying a foil of that card at like 20 years ago.
Ugh.
let's talk about
So
these
worth it.
Precon commanders. Let's start here with Gonti Canny Acquisitor. A blue, a green, a black, and 2 for a 5/5 Aetherborn Rogue that says, spells you cast but don't own cost 1 less to cast. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, look at the top card of that player's library, then exile it. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. Jake, what do you think about Gonti and then mods? Any of y'all going to build this one? Jake, what do you think?
Well, you know, we should add this thing to our channel called the Dom Scale, and this this is definitely a card that our friend Dom would want to play.
Yeah, so
and
Dom
Dom is a player that
Yeah.
gravitates towards high power blue-black decks, and this is you know, it kind of reminds me of like a Sultai, like little bit of like Itali action going on in a way. It's really just like impulse draw in Sultai, which is pretty strong. I think it's going to be very good.
I think
mods.
this is the worst of all 4.
Oh, I
Oh, you
definitely
think so?
agree with that.
Oh yeah, easily the worst of all 4.
I disagree with that. I find
Yeah,
he's
Spec, what do you think
So-
makes it bad?
I think what makes it bad is because when you put 100 cards together, you're playing those 100 cards. Everyone else can just bring garbage, and you're just playing garbage cards. So
But
this
that's
deck
the
is
best thing about it is it scales with your
it's super
opponent.
fun. It's going to be super fun to play, but there's no reward for doing any of the things that it does. Like, he's just a mana dork, essentially.
Playing other people's cards is its own reward.
Right, and it's super fun. I just don't think it's as powerful as the other stuff.
So ever since I saw that Gonti was going to be one of the face commanders, I had this date on my calendar marked because I've been waiting to find out what he did. And I was just kind of mad when I saw him. I still don't think he's the worst, but I love that they added green and blue to one of my favorite commanders. So I will probably build him unless the backup commander for this deck, which should be on a similar theme, is better.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Yeah,
theme,
imagine just all you're going to do is hit lands for 3 turns in a row, like Mind's
So that's
Dilation
the
and
thing.
Cry.
You put in a bunch of green
Yeah.
cards that let
But
you
you can
play
play those
extra
lands.
lands. Right.
Yeah.
You put in
Having green is really good for this, for
exploration, and then all of a sudden you're dumping 2-3 lands a turn, and you rock it out of control.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And all you
No, I don't. This doesn't skip timing restrictions.
And look at that art. That art is sick.
You can only play 1 land a turn.
now Art,
No, that's
I
what I mean.
will
I mean,
say,
because you have access
all the
to
things that say
green, You put in stuff that
Are
you play extra
Are you saying
land.
you're just not going to miss land drops? There's a way to do that. You're just playing regular commander.
Awful spell table card. Let's just get that out of the way. This
Oh,
is
Awful
like
spell table
F
card.
tier.
Don't
F
bring us to
tier.
spell table.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is
kicked out.
definitely not a. This is an in-person card.
Yeah. That's
That's
how
The
I've
only
got it
downside.
with Atali. It's like Atali, I just take an opportunity to play it live. And I know BuzzFuzz is going to be like, Jake doesn't play live Magic. I actually do. I've been playing live Magic like once a week, and it's honestly pretty sweet. Yeah, Atali,
Magic-
you know, just have your spell table commanders and have your live commanders. It's definitely a card for live play.
So for this guy to work, right, you need those really small evasive threats, right? So your deck
Yeah.
is going to be loaded with crap.
No,
So
man,
you're
you just
really
put in a bunch
hoping-
of like good utility, like flying creatures, things that have
Good-
flying.
right,
and then
right.
also do something else.
Yeah, like
Death
Baleful
touch.
Strict.
Stuff
get
with
it,
death
right?
touch.
But none of that stuff
Right.
closes the game, right? So you're relying on your opponent to hit a good thing off your opponent.
Not necessarily. Just play all their lands and play big ass spells.
But that's not what this
also-
command. But you can do that in any soul type
But
deck.
also, I would say opponents are going to have payoffs more often than not. You know, I think at the table, you're going to hit a payoff a good bit of the time.
Right. But you only get one card. It's not each time you do
No, but
it.
if you
Right?
approach
You're only gonna
every
get one card. So at most you get 3 cards, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 cards a turn.
Essentially, draw 3 face down cards. Pretty fucking good.
I'm more
It's
excited
okay.
about the cards that are going to be in the deck that let me steal my opponent's stuff. I want to see whatever the new cards that are going to be in this deck are.
Oh,
That's what
God.
I'm
Yeah,
excited for.
food. That
Yeah.
was going to
And
be
it's
my
not-
last point before we moved
That's
on
so
from this
true.
one. Is I
Right.
know we're analyzing these in a bubble, and we need to do
Yeah.
that, but you know the damn 99 that they've printed. Any of the new cards in
Oh,
there,
yeah.
there'll be what 5 to 15 new cards in there somewhere in
Oh,
there.
for sure.
I mean,
And-
Villainous Wealth is like a lock.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
100%.
I'm
But
just gonna throw this out there. I think the second commander is gonna be Muldrotha.
Muldrotha.
Ooh, oh man,
Oh, nice.
Muldrotha in a cowboy hat. I want it.
Right.
What makes you think that it'll be Muldrotha? Because Muldrotha has to do with the graveyard, and this doesn't have anything to do with the graveyard.
Maybe it'll let you play out of the opponent's
Some
graveyard.
people feel vindicated. I'm going to pick out the specific people in chat, like Lady, are agreeing with me. Therefore, I am vindicated.
I don't disagree that it's underwhelming, but my argument is not the worst of the 4.
I'm interested to see who you think the worst is, but yeah.
All right, we've talked about Gonti. Let's talk about Jake. Will you read Olivia Opulent Outlaw?
Now that is alliteration,
Oh,
not rhyming.
it's actually isn't it a homophone? I don't think it's called alliteration if it's not a
Olivia.
consonant.
It is alliteration.
Opulent. Oh yeah, because Olivia and opulent have a little bit of a.
Alliteration is everything starts with a.
All right, here's the card. We got Mardu and 1 for a total mana value of 4 for a
Assonance.
3/3 legendary creature vampire assassin.
It's called
Meaning it's
assonance.
a bad guy.
Speaking of assassin, it's called assonance.
So this is
when
this
it's
is
a
the
vowel.
warm tea deck.
Oh yeah, dude.
This is definitely. Whenever 1 or more outlaws you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token, and Olivia here has it built in, again, being an assassin. And then for 3, you can sacrifice 2 treasures to put 2 1/1 counters on each creature you control. Holy cow. Holy shit. Activate only as a sorcery. So in like a go wide, thinking like an Edgar Markov, this is probably a shoe-in the 99.
What about his commander though? Because if
You don't think so?
if you think like me, I'm like boo, boo. I don't like this one.
Yeah, this card
You
is
don't
so
like it?
boring to me.
I agree. I think this one is boring, but I think it's pretty strong. These
Maybe,
colors.
maybe it isn't. I do like sacrificing
I mean-
treasures to grow the team in Markov, but I guess
You're-
you're right. Unless you have a lot of outlaws, it's not worth it. Probably.
These colors are historically very bad at ramping, except for like mono black with coffers. The fact that you have built in, like this is what 3 again, it's the same kind of creatures: evasive vampires, death touch, all that stuff.
Yep.
You can make 3 extra treasure a turn.
Yeah.
And a lot of like pirates and stuff
You
are
can
gonna
even
make treasure.
ignore like her second ability, or the sacrifice. Who even cares, right? She's just
Absolute dog shit.
I feel like there are better treasure commanders in Mardu than that.
You can activate her ability multiple times if you just have a bunch of treasure.
If you just
I
have
mean,
a
it's
bunch, right?
effectively costing you 5 mana to activate that ability. And
Yeah, I don't like the
that.
second ability because you have to pay
lands and
mana
4
back.
treasures is real easy. 6 lands, 4 treasures.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's really
it's a
easy.
nice little add-on, but I don't think it's the reason why. Like, this is just an easy way to power out big vampire, like big Warm P stuff. You know, good
I
money.
think
know
it
what
helps you finish the game though.
Yeah, I think.
It's
Yeah,
The creature. You
If I was going to build a Mardu treasure commander, I would go with what Jake was talking about earlier and build Negan.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
If you're going
Oh,
for
build
treasures,
Negan?
but
yeah.
just
I
hitting
mean,
people with like the evasive like rogues and pirates.
Oh yeah,
to
double
make the
strike.
treasures.
You have True Conviction, Duelist Heritage.
Oh,
I think there's
all
a
the
couple red.
cards.
Yeah,
Everything.
and then
Dockside is an outlaw, right?
right. Yeah,
I mean,
and then you
it
just
is an
torment a
outlaw.
Hailfire for 37. Close your eyes.
A card that's good with Dockside? Oh my goodness, no way.
I know, right? Oh my god, a card that
I do like
We
the
should
art on
check
it,
out
though. I
this
didn't notice
Dockside
that it was a bunch
Extortionist.
of dudes throwing money at her. That was pretty cool.
Do you
Yeah.
think the Dockside Chef is like, man, that extortionist really gets all the limelight. Here I am cooking meals for both of us. And he gets
Dockside at
he's
home.
always getting
Nobody
all of
has
the
any
line-
money to spend at the restaurant because they're getting
He
extorted
always
at the
reminded me
dock.
of the guy from Fifth Element that sells Bruce Willis his.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yo,
I
so
can
yeah,
Fire.
this commander, I think it can be strong. I think it's pros and cons, kind of a mid tier general commander, strong kindred commander. If you want to build Warm P kindred, then you've got your commander here for sure. But
And you have black, so you can like tutor for like, for example, like a Revel in Riches if you want to just win via treasure.
Yeah.
But you kind of, but this is nice with like Ragavan and Dockside and a bunch of sweaty stuff. You can get Esper Sentinel in here just and run all the good stuff, freaking Smothering Tithe, Trouble in Pairs, all that shit,
right.
and then just tutor up your freaking win condition and win the game. It might end up being a lot better than that we're giving it credit. I mean, if
It's
you run,
strong value. For
it is
sure.
just like freaking just basic strong shit.
Right. I think it's boring is what it comes down to for me. It's just
Yeah.
it's kind of a
Oh, yeah.
straightforward, boring commander. There's not much to it. You printed your 4 commanders here for your outlaw set, but the word crime is not on a single one. The word committed
And
a
there's no
crime is
partners,
not on
too,
your
which is,
outlaw
I feel,
face commander.
egregious.
Yeah, that's
What the hell is
Oh
going
yeah,
on?
no partners.
No, no partners. No,
They could have had a card called Howdy
crime.
Partner.
Yeah, so
I know. I'm very disappointed.
Oh,
I assumed that this one, based on, I don't know if y'all remember it, but the Thunder Junction Commander packaging, I'm pretty sure this says on it, do crimes. Oh no, it's earn treasure by outlaws. My bad. I thought it said do crimes, earn treasure or something like that. It says earn treasure by outlaws. So I was wrong about that. My point still stands, or I still stand by my point, which is they don't have a single face commander in here that says if you've done a crime, if you've committed a crime, whatever. And the outlaw would have been the one for it. Let's take a look at Stella
I'm just
Lee
gonna say
wildcard.
for Olivia,
Yeah.
just put her in the 99 of the new Ezio that's going to come out because they care about assassins.
Oh yeah. There you go. Assassin 99. And that's a 5-color deck, isn't it? The Ezio?
Yep.
Yeah, so you
Yep.
put anything in there. Stella Lee wild card is my personal favorite. This is the one I've put together a Moxfield list for already. 1 red, 1 blue, 1 other for a 2/4 human rogue. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. Tapper, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You can choose new targets. Activate only if you've cast 3 or more spells this turn. This one I think is just crazy strong. 3 mana, 4 toughness, card value, and you're getting card value in 2 different ways. Additional cards and copies of what you can cast as far as instants and sorceries. I just think this one has the potential to be really nutty.
So what would you do? Would you just go like cantrips and just like low CMC draw spell kind of stuff?
So
what are you thinking?
my first pass at it, this was kind of a brain dead quick pass because there's some stuff in here that doesn't make sense once you start looking at it. But
Sure.
you start running foretell stuff because you're casting stuff from exile.
Oh, okay.
Your commander says whenever you exile top card until your next turn, you may play that card. So you run cards that take advantage of that with cards like now Feshni. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, copy it. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, cards that take advantage of the fact that she's impulsing for you, and then cards that take advantage of the fact that you want to take two casts a turn minimum. So Varen, Voice of Duality, Edgin, cards like Jorian, Rune Diver. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a solid Spellslinger commander. I don't know if it's any better or any worse. I think Mystics is still kind of up there, you know.
She'll work really well with plot. Plot is going to go very well with her.
I think they're going to put a bunch of plot stuff.
There's already an infinite combo with Twisted Fealty from Eldraine, which is the sorcery, gain control of target creature until end of turn, untap that, it gains haste until end of turn. And you attach a wicked roll to it, and then every time you attach a wicked roll, each opponent loses one life, and you just keep.
So you just keep stealing. You kind of like Kiki Jiki her.
It untaps. Yeah, it's like a Kiki spell combo.
Yeah, put a Storm Kill in there, underroll Breach, close your eyes, win the game. You know.
Yeah, so probably like I don't know. I don't play CEDH, but that screams like, hey, look at me. I'm just gonna be ridiculous.
It's fine. I don't know if it's any better, as I said, than any of the other ones, but it's another. Is it Spellslinger? Art S tier, I think, for all this. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think she's the strongest by far.
Travis says, I like the art on these. I hope this is the new standard for commanders and precons. Feels like they usually look scuffed in comparison to non-precon commander options.
They're doing. It looks like they're doing just extended arts instead of.
I like this extended art, and I do think this is probably a good standard for commander decks. Even if they just do this on like the thick card and then give you a regular version in the deck, I don't mind playing the little thick card version.
There's only going to be extended versions.
Oh,
I wonder
really?
if the backup commanders will also be extended.
I hope they do this for Universes Beyond as well.
So I would say definitely one of the stronger ones, although it will struggle if you try to build it kind of fair mid-tier. Like it'll just kind of be okay.
In order to make her good, you have to build her pushed, I think.
I think so.
Agree. It's kind of a get you hated off the table, but when you got people like Jake whispering in everybody's ear to kill me first, you got to do something about it.
I don't recall him whispering. I remember
because you're a politician, and
I was in the other pod, and I could hear the calls for your destruction.
I know how this is. I know how you operate.
I think. Are we all in agreement that this is the number one?
It's rule number one. Kill Joel first.
That's right.
I think so, yeah.
That may or may not, but definitely will probably make it onto a special art sleeve that we're coming up with this year.
I like that. 2024.
Chat, for the people that ask, I just dropped my Stella list there. Know that list is going to evolve as I work on it more. I seriously just went through and threw cards together that had keywords and synergies, and so I've got to do some play testing on her because it's one of those little finicky, finagly is it commanders, and so you got to get you got to tweak the dials until all the numbers are right on the number of instants and sorceries and creatures and reducers and treasure makers, etc. So I do think though, that is my pick for strongest, but this, depending on the support that this one gets, I think that this one has got a hat in the
fun
ring
factor.
I think this one is probably the most fun of the bunch.
But could
this
be
one
powerful.
is the second strongest to me.
Yeah.
I think it will rank like this thing will wreck mid-tier decks. Like
this one is a white, a green, a red, and 5 for a 6/6 human ranger. Says this spell costs 1 less to cast for each land card in your graveyard. Whenever Yuma enters the battlefield or attacks, you can sack a land, and if you do, draw a card. And whenever a desert card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, that's your library, your hand, your battlefield. Most often.
It's like a weird blend of Titania and Gitrog monster.
Yeah. So you create a 4/2.
You sometimes get a creature. You are always drawing cards, and this commander always costs 3. It is insanely. It's a 3-mana 6/6.
Right.
Like, it is amazing.
That gets you a card draw when it ETBs.
And it's a fine. I would put this on like the fine wine list too, because any desert support in the future is just going to make it that much better. Yeah. And it's an alternate way to play, dude. So it's like just dump lands into the yard, you know, run Ramanop Excavator, Conduit of Worlds,
Oh,
Crucible of
Hazazon
Worlds.
is like
Hazazon.
perfect for this deck.
I have a Hazazon deck, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, exactly. You're
So,
just
Food,
like,
you have a
"Fuck yeah, give me
Hazazon
those,
deck."
give me those
Yes.
upgrades.
Yes, I do.
Is Hazazon being swapped out for?
No.
So you're gonna leave
No,
Hazazon as
Hazazon
the
is totally-
commander.
No, I like Hazazon. He's cool.
But they're both 3 mana.
They are both
but
3 mana.
I
Yeah,
like
but they're both
Hazazon.
3
He's cool.
But this one is a 6/6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, but
like
he has
this one a
Desert
lot.
Walk.
Being able to play them from the graveyard is the most important part of that tandem right there.
I'm sure
Yeah.
somebody out there is going,
It's not like they've ever printed a green card that lets you play lands from your graveyard.
Or a green
Match
card
Code
that lets you
Nexus.
tutor one of these.
Not a lot of them in your commands.
I think that I
I
would
love having draw
personally-
built into the commander because
Oh,
then
yeah,
you don't
dude.
have to put
Yeah,
draw
it's
spells in
huge.
your deck. You
I
can
just
just
want to
kind of
put all the lands that get animated into that deck and be like, I'm gonna attack with my lands now.
So yeah, I put it with Stella, then Yuma, then Olivia, then Gonti.
Jake, there are
You could make a
370
case for
commanders
Olivia over.
that say draw
Yeah.
a card on them.
Who'd
You
you put last?
You have 370 options, Jake, for a commander that draws you cards.
I know, and right now, do you know who I'm building? I'll give you one guess. You have to guess.
Is it Agar? Because he's awesome.
Shram,
Nice.
Shrami Wami. Hey, there's a lot of good white cards in that equipments and auras deck from Fallout.
Oh, that's a good note. That's a good note. Yeah,
Put
because
that
I
out
just pulled out a stack. I'm gonna actually do that tonight and throw something together because we're gonna do a little collaboration.
You
Chat,
put Codsworth in your deck.
which way? Let me know in order which way you would rank these. We'll go around the table here. Buzz, put these in order. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are we doing by power or by how much we like the card?
You can
Like
have
our
any
opinion or
personal
objective
ranking
ranking
scale.
the
Yeah,
card?
this is completely objective. We want your 4
Okay.
ranking.
Up to you.
I like stealing other people's shits. So Gonti's my number 1.
Mhm.
Yuma's my 2nd. Olivia's my 3rd, and Stella's my last. I don't like Is It.
Interesting. Spec,
Okay.
what do you think?
Fair enough.
Stella's number 1. Then Yuma, then Olivia, then Gonti. So basically the exact opposite, except Yuma.
Yeah, these two kind of swap.
Oh, that's how
swap there.
opinions work. I love opinions.
Yeah.
This is great.
Jank, what do you think?
All right, I'll give you 2 quick orders. The order that I would actually build them, I build Gonti, then I'd build Stella, then I'd build Yuma, then I'd build Olivia. By power, I think it's probably Stella, then Yuma, then Gonti, then Olivia.
Wow.
Food time, what about you?
I think I'm on the Stella, Yuma, Olivia, Gonti train, but I'm
Let's go.
probably like gonna build Stella like as a cascadey deck that doesn't really do anything because that's the kind of deck I like to build.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I when I was looking at her, the spells that were like, oh, where's that in huge sorcery? Here it is. Call forth the Tempest. I was like, Cascade. Yeah, that sounds good. We can cast this and then copy it. Yeah, that sounds good. That's what I want to do
Yep.
is copy Call Forth the Tempest and just be like, all right, I'm gonna spin the dial and see what pops out, and then I'll pass.
And whenever anybody asks me, why do I say kill Joel first? I want you to clip that moment of him speaking right there. That whole sentence, those few sentences that he just said about
I'm going
call
to cascade
forth
for
the Tempest.
13 times on my turn.
What about
Yeah, but-
Sorcerer's Squall, where all I got to do is get rid of 6 cards in my graveyard and pay 3 mana, and then copy it with my commander, and then have a target opponent mill 18 cards, then cast an instant or sorcery without paying its mana cost from among those. Is that a good one? Does that sound like a good move to do?
Sounds fun.
Seems like a fun time.
Sounds like you spend a long time doing a whole bunch of things for very little,
Yeah, it's in a lot of mana.
which is my
too.
exact style of deck.
The annoying thing with
Copy
her is
mana
that
geyser. Oh baby.
Yeah.
the only
Just copy
annoying
extra
thing
turn
about her
spell.
is
Who else
copy-
needs to play commander?
All right, let me rank these. Am I the only person
Hang
who
on,
hasn't ranked
Buzz.
these?
What did you
lists?
say? I missed what you
Okay.
said.
The only thing annoying about her is that copies aren't casts. So, like cascading things, if you copy it, you don't get cascade things off of the copies.
You don't get cascade things off of the copies.
No, 'cause
Cascade
we're not
is a
cast.
trigger that says when you cast
When
this
you
spell.
cast this spell.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually saw somewhere earlier that you can stifle a Cascade trick.
It's great.
So if
Or
I
like a
cast Call
storm
Forth
trigger.
the Tempest and then copy it,
You're just getting the second part.
Yeah.
whenever you cast copy target instant sorcery, you can choose new targets. Activate only if you've cast 3 more spells. Well, that card's going to the sideboard.
Which means that it's not making the main deck.
Just toss in an extra turn spell, you'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go.
The
There you go.
sideboard is not the main deck, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake, rank these.
All right, I'm ranking them in order of interest. We'll
Okay.
start with the one that I'm the least interested in, which is also I agree with Stella. Stella is the one I'm the least interested in, and I call it like the Nin the Pain Artist effect, where it's like you think it's going to be fun, but then you don't really end up wanting to play red blue. And so it's like as much as I'm like kind of interested in it, and I'm like, yeah, it would be fun to just draw a bunch of cards. I feel like red blue has like trouble kind of like, I don't know. I may be way off, but I feel like red blue sometimes has trouble like producing a big threat to like end the game, unless it's like kind of like a storm off and just.
I think it's that you
don't-
and me aren't smart enough to pilot a deck like this, and so we're both
Maybe.
naturally like too dumb. Sorry.
Like my whole 2024 is like dedicated to learning to read. All right, so this one is number 4 for me as far as order of interest.
Yeah.
And then I do think that there is some serious potential with Olivia as far as like if you just want to go Mardu, good stuff, make treasure, tutor up, win condition, win game.
Yeah.
Just like I think that could be a really fun deck to like play a bunch of big stuff, because I feel like you can easily make treasure, but I'm going to rank that at 3. And then Gonti at 2, because I recognize the power level in it. And then Yuma at my number 1, most interested, just because I do think that playing a deck that just dumps a bunch of lands, makes some 4/2s, you know, a desert centric kind of thing is interesting. And then I would definitely run Food Times Commander in there and throw it in the 99.
Absolutely.
Obviously, but
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hour of-
that'd be mine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, people know my ranking. I did the short earlier today with the power rankings. I'm Stella, Yuma, Olivia, Gonti. I'm going to rank them instead in the order of how much they're smiling. So number 4 for me is going to be Yuma. We've got least amount of smile here, just sort of a glare into
Very
the distance.
serious.
Yeah, very serious. Next up, we've got Stella Lee, sort of a little half smile, a little cocky, a little smug, I would
Like a
say.
smirk.
A little
Yeah.
smug like this, kind of smug, you know, like this.
Oh, like a bed bug?
Yeah, like
That's
a
like
bed
the
bug.
face of like I saw 5 people die today.
Yeah, and 4 of them I killed. You know what
Like,
I'm saying?
I mean, okay, yeah.
Yeah, little smug. Number 2 for me is going to be Olivia. Olivia's definitely loving the attention, loving all the money that's getting thrown at her, even by, I don't know, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
This is almost like most smiley. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about Gonti.
Yeah, number 1, biggest smile ever. Gonti, clearly just absolutely
loving
in the middle of
Yeah, okay.
just
A robot known
living
for
his
having
best
a-
life. If I was Gonti right now, I would assume in my head I'm going, I can't believe I've achieved all my dreams. This is perfection. So
We also need a hat tier. We need the hat
oh
rank.
my god,
They all have
ranking of hats. Okay, all right. What do we think? Let's team rank the hats here.
Hat tier. Holy
Yeah.
Tier,
shit,
baby.
they all have hats.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
Jake, did you just say the subtitle of Magic the Gathering in 2024? Holy shit, they all have hats.
It's Team Fortress 2 now, baby.
I
Next
can't
we
believe
go
we're
to
about to
our
rank the hats.
Oh, man.
Okay.
tentacle
Right,
hat,
sounds
and
good.
we've
Can
got
you-
our raccoon hat later.
Can we get a zoom in on Olivia? Her hat's kind of small.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. There we go.
Is that indicating what you might be ranking her by her size of her hat here?
It's not the size of the hat. It's
Who's
how,
got
how
the
you
top
wear.
hat?
Right? It's how you wear it. Right?
Who's got number 1 hat?
I
Number
don't know,
one-
man. There's a lot of good hats on this.
Stella's hat seems really neat.
Yeah,
I like
Stella's
Stella's
got
Got
a
a
really
really cool hat.
Style.
She's
No.
almost got like a
Gonti's
pirate.
is just like black and red.
Yeah,
I like
his is like
Gonti.
Gonti's. Gonti's is made out of leather, son.
this is
Gonti's
all
is
this
black
is too
for me.
edge lordy for me, and his smile is way too big. The purple velvet.
We know too many people that would wear Gonti's hat.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Too many of y'all in chat would put this on and feel badass, and I
Yeah.
promise you wouldn't look like Gonti with this big old smile. So I
Man,
think
speak for yourself. I'm gonna go buy that hat just to spite you.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
if you
send it
buy
to you
that
in the
hat,
mail.
I'm gonna get you this mask and you're gonna wear it with your leather straps.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
I think I've
think-
got to
I
go
think-
between here for 1 and 2, and just because of how badass Yuma looks in this hat, I'm going with
I
Yuma's
like
hat
Yuma's
as
hat.
number
I
one.
gotta say, I think
I like Stella.
Olivia's actively touching her hat. She likes her hat. She's into it.
Cause she's
The
hitting
hat's
me,
giving the
she's
little-
hitting everybody
part
with
of
the
it.
howdy, y'all.
Yeah,
Right.
Hitting everybody with
but
a
you
little bit
can't
of
see
howdy.
it, so it can't be first because I just can't see it.
Is there a bigger image on Google?
No, I think this is
I'm
it.
not
That's
gonna.
it.
I'm not gonna Google a bigger Olivia. I'm not googling that. So we're just gonna stick with these low, high res, zoomed in, low res images.
Beautiful.
I gotta go with Yuma as my number one hat here in this group.
Oh, there is bigger pictures. I just Googled.
That's fair.
I like Stella's hat the most. That's what
I-
my gut keeps
You're
saying.
number one on Stella.
I like Stella's hat. It's kind of piratey. I like the cutout. It's a little
I
different.
like it because it's stylish, but it's still kind of simple. It doesn't have a lot going on.
I mean, I love Yuma's fuck
And it
off
matches
huge
her
belt
whole
buckle
outfit.
that he's got on the thing. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So Yuma's a good guy here because everybody else is a criminal or an
He's a
outlaw, and
ranger.
Yuma
No, he's a
is
criminal.
not.
Mm.
No, he's a criminal.
Is he?
Yeah, he has his own story on.
Oh, did he steal the
Each of
little baby?
commanders got a side.
He's not an outlaw.
no.
But he's not an outlaw. He's a criminal, not an outlaw.
Right. He is not
Got
one
it.
bit.
Well, he's not a criminal. He doesn't target anything.
He's a ranger.
But he's not. He doesn't have warm pee, you guys.
He's a ranger, but he's not a warm
Also
pee.
transsexual, so they're they. I
Oh,
can't
I
remember if
thought-
he considers himself a he.
I thought he was a he. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a he.
I thought it
I
was
forget.
all,
He's a he?
all the way he.
Yeah.
Transition character. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there you go. 4-face Precon commanders.
I want to.
Y'all-
I want to talk about this really quick before we move on from
Yeah,
it.
what
And
do you
this
want?
isn't a meme, but there's something interesting about Gonti. Gonti being an Aetherborn, that is a character type that hasn't got a lot of support. So I'm actually really interested to see if that deck brings more Aetherborn into
That would be nice.
MTG.
That would be
That would
dope.
be really cool because if you were
There's
to
only
look
like
up,
4 of them or something.
there are not a lot of Aetherborn.
But you do have
creatures.
cards. I knew that there were a couple of cards that said other Aetherborn you control get +1/+1.
Right.
So it's got lords, but as far as total 18
Like,
there's-
cards that have the type, wow, that is not enough to build a commander deck. You don't even have
no,
enough for
there
a
really
commander
aren't
deck,
enough.
and you know that
Like, I
5 of
cry
these
in
are going to be
cephalids too, man.
awful.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't have to go back to a certain plane for these creature types anymore.
Well, I'm assuming the energy deck.
No,
turning out-
because if
Yeah,
we go
that's
back
true.
to Kaladesh, everyone's coming too.
We
and the
don't have-
Gitrog
yeah, that's
ain't
the-
an Aether
That's the
board.
thing.
that's
We
true.
can go.
Right.
We get to go wherever we want now, buddy. We'll ride on Gitrog and go to any plane. It'll be awesome.
I hope we go back. And
I'm definitely gonna assume the energy deck this summer might have more.
Oh,
More.
Yeah, that's
Aetherborn.
true. Are you talking
That'd
about
be
the
cool.
Modern Horizons energy deck? You didn't bring up the Modern Horizons energy deck, did you?
Does it have black in it?
We don't talk about the
No.
Modern Horizons commander
It's
decks
like,
on
I'm
this
pretty sure
channel.
all the Aetherborn are
do we
black.
not?
I don't think.
No,
all of
you're
them
gonna
are
make
black.
me FOMO and go order $600 worth of
Oh
commander
yeah,
decks.
don't do
they're
that.
black or black blue.
Bro, listen
they're black
listen to
blue.
this. I said let me swap back to this and I'll tell the story real fast. I said I told Jennifer, I said, oh look, Watsy liked our Fallout piece. They sent us a little care package of Fallout commander decks. And she goes, oh good, I saw $600 worth of commander decks in the Amazon cart, and I was like, there's no way, right? And I was like, oh, that was something different. Oh mercy, oh no, oh no. But yeah, Aetherborn, Jake, that's a good observation. It would be nice.
Yeah, that's something, you get like Contraband Kingpin or you'll get one
How much
here
has
or
Midnight
there.
Entourage?
But really, it would be cool to get like a nice push of, like maybe like 2 or 3 that come out of that deck, or maybe, just like a handful before you inevitably go back to a Kaladesh, and then, that gets more support. So
Goku the Charms
We,
are modal.
we
We'll
gotta
talk about
push
that. Card.
Homunculus Tribal first.
Agreed.
Then we'll get the Aetherborn.
oh, Homunculus
Good
Tribal would
name.
be pretty sweet.
Contraband
Yeah.
Kingpin.
So
That seems like a attractive from a business standpoint, a cute deck, a cute commander deck filled with a bunch of little one-eyed creatures. That seems like a way to.
You know, now that you
product.
brought it up, I haven't looked at Fblthp once we've known what Plot did.
Oh,
So
he's
let's
sick, dude.
let's look at Fblthp Lost on the Range.
Yeah.
Blue one here. Let me swap over so chat can see it a little bit better. This will be our last card that we do on the roundtable here.
This is this the most playable off the top?
That other
restriction?
Fblthp has been in so many decks. Oh, you're
No,
talking about just the ability.
I mean,
just the ability.
like it's usually like you know, you can play a creature or you can play lands or something, right?
This is good,
But
dude.
the reality chip lets you play anything as long as you
Right,
have it.
but you have
yeah.
to do the reconfiguring.
Right.
Yeah, Fblthp's OP.
Blue
Yeah,
blue.
It's like really good.
Fblthp
This is
Lost on the
really good.
Range is blue 1/1/1 homunculus ward 2. You can look at the top card of your library at any time. The top card of your library has Plot, which is you can pay its mana cost to exile it, and then on a subsequent turn at sorcery speed only, you can cast that spell for free. That's what Plot is if you're not familiar. It's a new
And you
mechanic
also
with
plot
Thunder
only
Junction.
as a sorcery.
Correct.
You also plot only as a
Correct.
sorcery. Yes. Yeah.
With its base mechanic. I think there is a card they've printed that
When
says
you
you can plot
cast
at
it
instant speed.
later, does it have summoning sickness? I imagine so.
Yeah.
Yes, unless
Okay.
it says
You
haste.
just cast
Not like
Everything
the
is
end,
normal
right?
except you're going to be casting it for free at sorcery speed on a later turn is how the thing is worded. Plot cost
And
equal to its
Exile,
mana cost. Say it
which is
again?
going to matter.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah.
also casts from exile. Yeah.
Right, yeah, casting from
That
exile.
is going to matter.
So cards like
that's
I was
good.
showing, like Nefalshni, whatever that one is called,
Mhm.
copy it when it's cast from anywhere other than your hand. Cards like that,
Yeah.
those are going to be big.
To the doctor. So.
Fblthp also
So
says you can
every-
plot non-land cards from the top of your library. So yeah, I mean, the advantage here is ridiculous, and it does not say do that once per turn. So as
Correct.
long as you got something, you know, Sensei's Divining Top, that you can keep lands off the top.
Oh, baby.
Wow, this is just value town. Eggs deck that's able to just like dump that stuff onto the field. 0, 0, 0, 0.
Exile.
Yeah, everything I've seen has been a huge storm deck where you just make a giant pile of cards on the side of your board, and then you one turn you go, I'm going to cast all of these, and then a
Yeah.
monster's on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fblthp does not like instants at all.
Right, yes. Yeah, you don't want to put counter spells over there.
No, but you load up on eggs and then like brain freeze
right.
and underworld breach or whatever, and then hooray, you win.
Right. Yeah.
So other cards that are also really good with him are those cards that are suspend cards that have 0 mana cost. Not 0 mana cost, but they don't have a mana cost. So you can put like Ancestral Vision over there for free.
Yeah.
Or
Mm.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what's the other one?
Inevitable betrayal.
Inevitable Betrayal, right?
Love
Yeah,
that.
and then
Great
like the Mox and the Soul Ring and all that
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, that sounds really good, actually.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I had a
Oh,
bunch of
yeah.
those just come in the mail this week, actually, for my changeover of my mono blue deck.
It's definitely the strongest Fblthp that we've ever gotten. This Fblthp the Lost has seen a lot of play, though. This one
I mean,
has
he's
been
really good as just a comes into play, draws you a card,
Right.
you know, kind of like the Elvish Visionary.
yeah, exactly.
I
It's
use
a
them.
good low
And then
piece
if you
of the
can tutor
curve.
him out of your deck, he gets 2 cards, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, yeah, that is a cool card, though. I do like Fblthp Lost on the Range. Now that we know what Plot is,
Slaps.
Plot
for
is
sure.
pretty sweet. Plot also works well with Foretell. A lot of Kaldheim cards are gonna get some push. That was one of the cards on this one that I was like, oh wow, that's so funny that you never.
Notably,
like this
these are all
card.
face up, unlike Foretell, which is face down.
Sage of the Beyond.
true, which
Spells
is
you
weird
cast from
because-
anywhere other than
yeah.
your hand cost 2 less to cast. Just these old cards that you're like, wow, so specific. When are we gonna need that other than playing the Foretell deck
Right now.
or Exile? Yeah, bing bang boom. There
So
you
that
go.
actually wouldn't do anything for Plot, though, right?
No, it wouldn't.
With Fblthp, you could plot it from the top of your deck for 2 less.
But that's not casting
No,
it,
it's
you're
not casting.
plotting it, which is like
Oh,
an
yeah.
activated ability. Well, it's
Oh.
a special
Yeah,
action.
so it actually, he's right. Yeah, you don't do anything with plot.
So
Yeah.
Foretell
Now,
is
the only
not-
thing is
Get
there
it out
are-
of here.
There are cards, like there's that white griffin in the set that says cards you cast from anywhere other than your hand
Yeah.
cost 2 more.
Yeah,
so
no,
this
this
would
is
like
the Stella
offset
list.
something like that.
This card
But-
is good in Stella because Stella's impulse
Oh, yeah,
drawing your deck.
Everyone buy
Yeah, I
your
wasn't
Granite Magistrates
saying
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want like the 12th Doctor. right? Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your
This
hand,
one.
it has demonstrate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So this is a good
And
one,
use
right?
counters.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is one I found for her too. But it's good with that
Ooh.
mechanic in general, with that plot mechanic in general.
I love demonstrate.
This is
People
the-
be sleeping on incarnation technique.
12th Doctor is 1 red, 1 blue, 3 other for a 4/4. Time Lord Doctor says first spell you cast from anywhere other than your hand each turn has demonstrate. Demonstrate is originally a Strixhaven mechanic, if I remember correctly, and it says
Correct.
when you cast that spell you can copy it, but if you do, an opponent also gets to copy it. You get to pick the opponent, and if it's a permanent spell you're copying, it becomes a token. Jake, to your point the other day, man, I'm so annoyed. I keep having to put damn doctors in my decks. I'm just like, oh, what is this card? It works really well. The 7.5 doctor. And you're like, okay, well, cool.
This
Get in there,
this
guitar
card just
guy.
got this card just got brought up in chat. Soulless Jailer,
What is
and
that?
I had to look it up because I don't know this card from Phyrexia. All will be one, and it seems kind of relevant.
Woof. That screws everyone plotting.
Yeah, I mean it's
Screws
Yeah, it does.
plot. Oh
what is
yeah,
it?
in
It's
a
just
big
the
way.
Dranet
Gonna get very relevant.
Magistrate.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
shout out to Poop Sock. Thank you.
Oh,
Poop
big
Sock.
shout out, Poop Sock.
Yeah.
Big shout out, Poop Sock. Love that.
I mean, like Draneth Magistrate would do the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that's the one I would more because that one also
Yeah,
locks
yeah, yeah.
commanders out.
That one's
And then
not
he's
True.
I think he's what, like $20 now. Oh God.
That
Um,
card's not in standard, and Soulless Jailer is. So I
Yeah,
think-
Soulless Jailer is a bug. Draneth, I think, is like 70.
Soulless Jailer is going to be a sideboard card though for sure. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I think yeah.
It sees some play. It being a creature makes it a little easier to remove, so it doesn't see as much play.
Yeah.
did you
And it's
just
an
seriously
artifact
sit
as
here
well.
on my
like everything
stream
can kill it.
and say dies to removal? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Get out of here.
Yeah, but it dies to
Players
blocking,
can't
actually.
cast spells. This does not do what you wanted to do, chat. Non-land permanent cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Nope, not what we're doing.
Plot
Players
actually
can't
gets
cast
around
spells
this.
from graveyards or libraries. Yeah, plot gets around its ability. Yeah, Travis, what do you think I do? I sit here. Have you seen our Discord? Somebody says a funny joke. 2 seconds later, it's on our Twitter. Come on. I don't give credit either. I just take all the credit.
Hey man,
Talk
I
about
AI'd really hard for that tractor picture. Okay.
I'm a meme. I am a simple meme farmer.
Is that you did that? How do we
Yeah.
kick him from the group?
I go out into the meme fields daily, harvest my grain, and return to
Just
the
told us
market
that he did
square. The marketplace of ideas. I dump my memes and I leave for the next day.
There is that beautiful little Reddit meme of like this person who packs up this little gift and they like, look, I made this. And Reddit's
You
like,
made this?
fuck you.
Yeah.
And then someone picks up the gift and they're like, look, I made this.
Yeah,
and
dude.
everyone's like, oh my God.
Classic meme here, chat. Classic meme.
Business
where'd it go?
Insider.
Come
We're
on,
getting
yeah.
deep.
Classic Business
yeah, that.
Insider.
Yeah, dude, this meme.
I made this. You made this. I made this.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Welcome
Yes.
to my life. That's how I Twitter. How do you think I Twitter, bro? Chat,
Hard
everybody,
and fast.
everybody, big claps in chat for our illustrious mod team, our elite strategists. If you want to be
Oh
on
my God, are
stream,
we about to kick all them out of
We
here? They
are.
were. I didn't even have to do anything. They could just talk the whole time, and I could daydream. And
well, you know we're gonna have to make some content now, just by our
Oh,
lonesome. Only the
gosh
guys
darn
whose
it.
names are on the damn door. Chat, big
All right.
claps for our
fine.
beautiful elite strategists. If you want to be an elite strategist, go check out our Patreon. We got a ton of perks up and down the chain, lots of good stuff for whatever level you want to support me and Jake. This tier
Patreon.
here gets you on the stream with us once a month,
REON.
and we've got a 1 hour group call with that tier every month as well, offline, off stream. We will have to do it online. Jake and I do not come to you for that call. Jake, are we going to everybody individually for that call?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Come to Montreal.
Yes.
As far as like taking a flight and going over there, that would be what I would call the antithesis of why that tier exists.
I imagine like
It'd be
Jake
an
and Tyler
expensive
Bob,
tier.
you just got your list of all your patrons and you just show up and knock at their door and you're like, are
Yeah.
you?
Hello.
We hear you like magic.
Take us to your living room.
You just
We're
stand
ready
out
to
at the street and call to them.
Have tea.
Everybody, we appreciate y'all being on. Food, Spec,
Guys,
Jank,
thank you.
Buzz.
Yep. See you guys.
Cheers.
Anytime I come on and talk about Fblthp and Gonti is a good day.
Absolutely, it is.
Have them
Absolutely, it
just
is.
come back. Come back, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Jake, let's swap over to the production room there, if you would.
All right, boo sad. All right, thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alrighty then. Let me get that cam when you get a second there, bud.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right. It doesn't just do the cam automatically. You have to. It has like a built-in safety in case I were like in the buff.
If you were in the buff,
It's like, nope, he's going into a production thing. We want to give him a moment to realize if he can make it or not.
I always appreciate
I mean,
it.
that's the vibe that I get from this is like the production room automatically has the cameras off. You got to turn the cameras on because the issue is someone might be nude.
Oh my goodness, chat. We've got a lot more Thunder Junction cards to look through tonight. The previews are coming hot and heavy, but we do have to pay the bills. So if you'll hang out with us for just a second, grab a drink, pay attention. We got to talk about our wonderful sponsors. The first of which is, and Jake, you can speak to them because you are a customer. Tell us about Card Conduit.
Yeah, Card Conduit is a great spot to go if you want to sell some singles. You don't want to sell them just like bulk, like just like every single like vanilla 2-1 with no ability that you've played in draft that was just filler for your deck. You're gonna want to go ahead and sell them cards that are that have value. Like I like to recommend $1 or more. You can either sort those cards or you can send them all in bulk to Card Conduit and they will sort for you. There are a few different services that you can use on Card Conduit. And yeah, I like the service where you just sort the cards, put them in order, and then you just ship it out to them. I like to just do like a small flat rate package. You know, I might just send like a priority mail package. If I'm sending a couple $100 worth of cards, it might be worth it to just send priority mail to them, make sure they get it quickly, that way they can get you a check. So yeah, it's been honestly from patrons using it to people that I play live MTG with or myself, I've heard only good things, and they have a great price check tool so that you can go in and check the price of cards before you send them anything. That way, if you send them a $20 card and you're like, holy cow, I only got $12 back for this, well, you can set those cards to the side and either sell them yourself or keep them or use them for trade fodder, whatever. You pretty much know exactly what you're going to get, and then they're going to send you a detailed report back and let you know the conditions of cards. It's very simple, very easy to do. And yep, it's just a way to get some extra money for your extra singles.
I like the transparency here. You can go into the price checker as you're building your package that you're mailing to them, and they will be straight up. They'll say, look, if this is near mint, here's what the price is going to be. Here's what the price for that card is going to be according to the 3 different services that you can choose. And here's what the TCG low is, that if you want to go sell it yourself, you can do that. Card Conduit is a place where you mail cards. It's not like a store. It's not like TCG Player, our other channel sponsor. They are a place where you mail your cards, they sell them for you, and then send you a check. That's pretty much the cut and dry of the whole thing. Go check out Card Conduit, use our code, and you will get a percentage, 5%. No, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
No, it's 10% off of your fees.
Yep.
Off your fees.
10%
yep.
off
So the
your
more
fees.
cards you send in, the higher your fees are going to be, and this mitigates your fees.
Big shout out to Card Conduit. Love them.
They will, J-Still, they're not good for serialized cards. No, I've actually gone in and looked up serialized cards on Card Conduit, and they do not give you a price equal to what you would expect for a serialized card. They will take them, but it's really just like they treat it like a regular version of the card. So
You
it's
don't want to
not
buy
a good
list.
resource.
In general, you don't want to buy list serialized cards.
You
That's
don't
not what
want
a
to
buy
buy
list is
serialized
for.
stuff. That's right.
No. TCG
Yep, no
Player,
worries.
official online store of Jake and Joel are Magic. We like TCG Player because they aren't the store. All the stores are the stores, and they work through TCG Player. Everybody's competing for your price, you son of a bitch. What is the you damn, what do they say in the office? You son, what do you son of a gun? Oh, they just let anybody in here, you old bastard. That's what it is. Yo bastard. That's what it is.
Oh, I guess they let anyone in here, you old bastard.
You old bastard. Yeah.
So TCG Player, for all your sons of bitches and your old bastards, this is the best site
that
to go
was
to.
the hang on, let me check the copy. Yeah, that was what they told us to write. Oh, sons of bitches and old bastard. Yep, we nailed the TCG Player copy. Hopefully we're still sponsored by them next week. Ping! Little wink at the camera on that one.
Yeah,
Sons of
it is a
bitches.
great spot for finding a good spot for your MTG singles. Find reputable sellers. That goes with any site that you use, TCG Player or a bunch of other sites where you could buy cards where that we're not going to name because this is a sponsored segment by TCG Player. But,
No, TCG Player. They're featured on all of our videos. Use our link before you check out. You know the deal. Dragon Shield. Best sleeves in the multiverse. We gave away a pack here at the beginning of the show. Maybe we'll give away a pack later.
Yay!
Who knows? But if you need sleeves, use Dragon Shield. MTG stocks. Jake, I got to tell you. Let me go to the right page. Booyah! Look at us officially on the page. If you go to MTG stocks /go premium /Jake and Joel, or just use this link right here in chat, you will see the premium sign up page for MTG stocks. Jake and I use this website weekly, nearly daily. If I was working on Saturdays and Sundays, I would be using it. This is my favorite feature. Go in here, analytics, all-time highs and all-time lows. Booyah. Look in here, see what's low.
That's the thing. For people that want to find good prices for their cards and set alerts, you can do all of that with the premium service. So definitely check that out. This is for people that want to track card prices, get the most out of their collection, buy at the right time. There are so many features in here. Like we're gonna need to make a video about MTG stocks features you don't know about, because this is a really good resource for people that want to buy MTG and be smart about it.
Y'all, and look, this is one dude is doing all this entire website. Y'all, you gotta go check it out. We love ventures that are one person, because we're able to really like work together and unify the brands. And so this was a natural fit for us. And you should go check out MTG stocks. Gotta mention Moxfield. You've already seen it on the stream. That's how much we use them. Favorite deck website, hands down, and they just keep adding features. It's kind of crazy how much they just keep adding features. Moxfield is one of the densest websites now for deck building that exists, period. You can use Scryfall search through it, so any of the videos, any of the streams where you've seen me syntax search on Scryfall, or you've learned some syntax searching on Scryfall through me, you can use all of that on Moxfield right through the search bar right there and add cards as you go. Moxfield, it is a fantastic website, and you should go follow us over here. We love ventures that are one person, says the two-person venture. Yeah, dude, we can't handle it. You know what we're doing. We're here for each other. We're here to each other. We're here to and for each other.
We're here and each other.
Real big shout outs to all of our sponsors, seriously. And we would be remiss if we did not mention the biggest sponsor of our channel, and that's our patrons. I had a fantastic time having some patrons on. I can't wait to get that going more and more. Patrons on the channel. Let's go check this out real fast. Let me oh yeah, there we go. Over on our Patreon, we have got tiers all the way up to whatever level you want to and are able to support. We are trying to give back to you at that level as well. JAJAM Enthusiast is our most preferred, newest additional value tier. You're getting an exclusive video from us. Only goes to the Patreon every single week. We do an extra video and we only post it on the Patreon. Elite Strategists, you can see that tier over there. That was our patrons tonight on our round table group call on stream, and you get a 1 hour group call with us every day. Every 12 hours you get a 1 hour call with me and Jake if you are a supporter at the Elite Strategist tier.
At the Elite Strategist tier, should you so decide that you want to elect and jump in,
either me or
move
Jake
in with us.
You can live in either of our places. You just let us know who you want to move in with.
If you want to, you could talk to us about, hey guys, this is a video that I think that you should maybe be doing. We could jump in a Discord call. You could talk to us about something that you're interested in the channel, or maybe something that you're like, hey, this is a video I've always wanted to make. Maybe it would be a good opportunity. I don't know, whatever you want to do, whatever kind of conversation you want to talk to us about your deck that you're building, however you want to spend that time. There is a monthly hour-long call, and then obviously you would be in on the Roundtable stream segment, which is also a monthly thing like you just saw. But then you also get the playmat, which is we have this old art on the playmat. We're also working with new artists, so there may be new playmat art coming in the future. It's really kind of organic, and we're changing a lot of stuff around with the Patreon right now.
If you want to be king of the channel, you can also sign up and claim the channel monarch. It's 1 of 1. Good luck. Everybody get in there. Don't fight over it too hard.
That's right. Fight over it. We have more stuff to talk about tonight, but yes, big thank you to our patrons, because the patrons, so many of you are like OGs and have been here for so long, and it really does mean a lot to have a community that's like, yeah, guys, you keep going. And so thank you.
I actually get really uncomfortable when they go, yeah, guys, you keep going.
Keep going, guys.
That makes me...
That's kind of like when I look at the Patreon, that's the vibe I get, is I'm like, there's a group of people that are like, keep going, man. You guys just keep doing it, man. That's like the vibe that I get from the Patreon.
D-Hammer, the $45 tier is the move into our house tier. The cuddling tier it's only $5 more at the $50 tier. We've got tiers every $5 from $1 to $100. And each tier adds a few minutes of cuddling.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
And a few days of living on Jake's couch.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Do you see how the bill on his hat flips up?
Listen to him.
The bill on his hat flips up.
No one's going to even know about the
counterculture,
Patreon.
and it's a place to live. You can live in the counterculture up flip of his hat, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody is thinking that the Patreon was real, and now they are sure it's a joke. No one is going to join it.
Well,
if they think it's not real. Okay? If they think it's a fantasy land place where you go like at McDonald's and you crawl around in it, and at the end you're like, why did I crawl around that thing? I'm in my 30s. I shouldn't even be crawling around in the ball pit and stuff.
Yeah.
If they think that it's like that, they're not going to join it. I'm just saying. All right.
Jake does have a ball pit at his house that you get to play in if you live with him.
See, he doesn't even know that that's true, and it is true, because but I haven't revealed it, because if I was doing something like that, there would be a grand reveal, black tie event. Just saying.
You've never been to a black tie event.
No, but I know how they work.
How do they work,
exactly
Jake? What's
everybody
step 1
wears
of a black tie event?
or they get sent home.
Okay, what's step 2?
Arrive on time.
That's a big rule. That's a big rule in the black tie event space.
Arrive on time. Unless you are the host, then definitely arrive late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've never been late for anything in your life, and you're always wearing a black tie.
Now you're just trolling. Because you know that's not true.
Chat, where do we start here? There's so many extra pieces to this set.
Let's start. Okay, we got through. Let me do a quick bio. I would like to use a restroom.
Go do a
and
bio.
then I'm ready to jump into our
We're gonna pull up some cards.
segment here.
Go.
Yeah.
I gotta find and see if we've hit a Karavik yet. Chat, anybody got cards that they think are good? Anybody see a good card in this set yet? What's the best card in this set so far? Is it Tomb Trawler? Put target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. No Karavik yet, Buzz? Ugh. Everybody, if you haven't yet, hit that like button. I see we've crossed 69 likes. I do appreciate it, but if you haven't clicked, go ahead and click. And if you like what you're seeing, if you're hanging out and you're having a good night, think about hitting subscribe if you hadn't. We'd love you to subscribe. We really, really would. I really like this Bruised Tarl, man. New Bruised Tarl. Pretty sweet. But I think it's because Driver, is that the new card that I like so much? What's the new Ox card that gives Oxen and draws cards? It's a 4/4. Okay, we'll just look it up by. It's a Vigilant. It's a type human, I believe. Oh, you're creating Ox. This will get it. There we go. Ox Drover. This is one of my new favorite cards. For some reason, I just love this card. Every time I've played it, I giggle the whole time. And so when I get this card in Wilds of Eldraine, and I'm just like, I love this. This is where I want to live forever. Give me a 4/4 Vigilant human peasant for 4. That's got an ETB and an attack trigger of giving them a 2/4 that I don't care about. I don't care. I just want to play it. I just love it. And then over here, we've got Bruised Tarl, Roving Rancher. Our big boy here with Human and Warrior as the creature types.
Bruce
Tarl, Roving Rancher. One white. Bruce. Bruce Tarl.
Bruce
Tarl. Is that Vigor?
Bruise.
Is that Vigor right there? That's got to be Vigor. Is that Ox of Agonus? Agonus?
No, because he's not Naya. Bruise.
That looks a lot like Vigor. Bruce Tarl, Roving Rancher. 1 white, 1 red, 2 other, 4/3 human warrior. Oxen you control have double strike. Whenever Bruce enters the battlefield or attacks, exile the top card of your library. If it's a land, create a 2/2 Ox. Otherwise, you can cast it until the end of your next turn. So lands.
Holy shit.
Bruce ain't going to help you with lands, but Bruce is definitely going to create Oxes off the land and let you impulse draw past that. What do you think of this?
I think, Pillarfield Ox.
I'm sorting
I'm
by
also
date.
Thinking Trading Post.
19.
Doesn't Trading Post do well with this card? I think it does.
No, Trading Post is a
make an
goat.
Ox?
No, it's a goat.
It's a goat.
The Ox choices are low, and I went ahead and sorted by date because there's not going to be a lot of EDH rec data on Oxes, and and so I would assume that the best Oxes have been printed in the last 2 or 3 years, if we've gotten anything. Yeah, Changelings, Kraken Jank, we haven't gotten there yet. Yes, we can put Changeling cards in commander decks that have to do with creature types.
Yeah. I mean, for what it's worth, Tauren Mauler actually feels like it fits the deck, right?
Mauler.
Tauren Mauler, I mean, it looks like an Ox.
This card was this card was in standard when I started playing this game. This card to me is so iconic.
Yeah.
Just because it's right when I started playing. Anyway,
that would have been a cool looking foil.
Wait, so what is that card called that you just said, Jake?
Sorry, which card?
You said a card that was like a bull. What's the bull that grows?
I just said Torin Mauler at least looks like an ox.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
Okay, so it's
fits a deck.
it's everything. Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah,
it's
it's a
everything.
changeling that actually looks like a.
There you go. Art.
Looks like it would fit in there.
Ox. Okay, oxen. Wow. Okay, so here's 31 cards where the illustration contains oxen.
Wow.
So
Okay.
we could like see if our friends will let us rule 0 and be like, yo dog, can I play Outrider? That is an ox. They're on an ox. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
I need this to also get double strike. Yeah, we just had Tarian Mauler on the screen.
Yeah.
I used to play this card. Well, I mean, this is like a boomer good EDH card. I played this card back when we first started playing in like
all of us anybody that was
2010.
in red played this just because it was like, I'm gonna play that whenever somebody casts a spell. Oh my
Right.
god.
Yeah, exactly. Like 2009, I think.
I guarantee you we weren't playing this for Changeling. Let me just say that.
No, dude.
We were playing this for that basic ass
Right there, baby.
passive ability. It
All
just
I gotta
gets
do is
big
figure out how
until
to
you
give
kill it.
this thing trample, and it's just gonna be a threat that grows
No.
until it sucks a removal away from my commander.
100%.
Deal.
And T-Wolf is right. It's still not shabby. It's a fine commander card.
What does the ox say? What is an ox? Bro, you gotta hit me with some echo when you do that. That's how the professionals do it. What does the ox say?
I got to tell you, I'm setting up my stream deck and I'm so excited.
Hell yes, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to put some samples on there. The very first thing I'm going to put on there, music from Dune.
Yeah, get us copyright strikes.
No, it's going to be a small snippet.
Gotta
it
be
has
a
to be
small snippet. I
Yeah,
did
it's going to
get.
be like 3 or 4 seconds. It's nothing serious.
You know what's funny? I probably need to. What the fuck was that search? Let me see if I can.
Do you think we'll get a revival of any DM, like not even Doom music? I mean, we obviously don't want to get like a revival in like the content that created any DM, but do you think we could get like a not even Dune music?
You can't
Do you
hear
think
this,
we
I don't
could?
think.
I'm not superstitious,
Oh,
but
can no one hear me?
I am a little stitious.
You couldn't hear that, could you?
I couldn't hear it. No.
It's a sound clip of Michael Scott going, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. It's funny. It's funny because I downloaded a bunch of sound bites because I wanted to add some soundboard stuff to my stream deck too. So it's funny that you brought that up. Yeah, so Ox Commander, pretty good. Also, one of my favorite cards printed recently, this little liberated livestock here that is an ox and creates an ox. Not good in the deck though, because it needs to be a aura and enchant or a aura equipment deck. But I think that Bruce Tarl could be built that way. Probably go wide, you know, ETB or attack, exile the top card, maybe multiple combats so you can get this trigger as much as possible, and then just start growing your ox line, you know, kind of a straightforward build there. Jake, have there been any cards so far that you've seen that you go, wow, 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 wow?
You know, I did see some people kind of talking about the new 2-cost Jace for control. Seems like a good card for a control kind of deck. And when I say that, I mean like standard, you know, something like, or, you know, possibly not standard, maybe like possibly Pioneer or something like that. The fact that the card loots, it's...
How do we cheat this in on turn 1, y'all? How do we do this?
I don't think we cheated in. I don't think we cheated in on turn 1.
Type effect where we can put a planeswalker? I mean, like turn 1. What is this even legal? Literally anywhere?
Like here's the thing. This is
legal. Oh, not in modern. Never mind. Brawl is what I saw. Timeless, and I was like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I really like that the middle +1. You may exile a non-land card and it becomes plotted. So that would be your non-counter spells, right? So like we're going to exile something and then later on when we cast it, we're going to have counter spells for anybody that's dealing with it, right? So I think this card is very mana efficient, even if you're casting it later than your if you can't cast it during your first, second, or third turn of the game. You're using stuff like, I don't know, preordain or whatever in whatever format you're playing. and then you're just like, once you get to the point where you could play this card, I don't know, dude. It just seems like such an engine in some way to me. I feel like it's strong.
You can't cast this spell during your first, second, or third turns of the game. Chat's got a cool tech idea here where we cast it on their turn 1 with something like Leyline of Anticipation on the first turn, so that you're able to cast it on their first turn. I don't know. At this point, it feels like we're jumping through a lot of hoops to negate that passive clause at the top of the text that keeps this from being the most busted card ever printed. Loot is always good. Love it on a +1.
Yeah.
That plot seems like a strong mechanic. We're gonna have to withhold reservation.
Alongside. Yeah, I want to play it alongside Wall of Omens. I want to go back many years to where Wall of Omens meant something. And
yeah, I was
just
gonna say, holy shit, you are throwing it back, bro. You want Snapcaster to be the most cracked card in the meta.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that we're gonna say about this is low cost planeswalkers. It's kind of like life will find a way, right? Unless it's Tibalt.
Well, and so let's think about this. So
yeah,
we play this on turn 4 because that's the earliest we can play it. It was only 2 blue mana, so we've got presumably 2 mana open. We +1 with Jace. We're open with our counter spell, and we plot a card that's 3 or less pass. They cast something, we counter it, or we answer it, or it's a removal or something. Back to our turn.
Sure.
Take damage. Maybe Jace takes, if they've got 4 power at that point, and we haven't been able to deal with it with a 1 or 2 mana spell. But let's say we untap with Jace. Now, shit gets ridiculous in my opinion, because for no mana, you can either cast the thing that you've already plotted, or you can +1 Jace to 5, plot another thing. And you're fully open on mana. You're up to 5 mana now, fully untapped. You've got 2 spells plotted that you can drop whenever you want to.
Bro,
at sorcery speed.
I almost want to try it in Modern Mill because I have all those crabs that can block for it nicely. And then I can use it for looting, and then I can exile
the looting
stuff
seems
like
strong to me because you can pick, and it sort of is versatile to your game plan. If you've got 3 crabs on the field because you went crazy on crabs this game, go dig for lands. If you don't have crabs this game,
hits everything in my deck other than Archive Trap.
Exactly.
The middle ability hits everything other than Archive Trap.
And you ain't trying to plot an Archive Trap anyway. You're trying to catch them off guard.
Right. Yeah. If I can plot it away without having, dude, it just seems strong, man. It seems like there's going to be something that makes Jace Reawakened really good.
Plane bound. 1 red, you can put a Planeswalker card from your hand onto the battlefield and sacrifice it. This doesn't seem as strong to me because, like, I feel like
always thought this card would take off.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did. A lot of people did.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just, I mean, you have to jump through too many hoops, because the only way this is good is if you can put a Planeswalker on the battlefield with something like Doubling Season on the battlefield so that you can activate their ultimate immediately.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to sack it at the beginning of the next end step. So you're not paying 1 to put a Planeswalker on the battlefield to uptick it once and, loot in the case of Jace. My best play
that middle
here is
ability
like,
gets me around having to pay any sort of cost for that plotted card as long as it's 3 or less.
Yep.
I'm getting to jump through all the hoops, go right toward on any subsequent turn, cast it at sorcery speed for its plot cost. That works so well in anything that just wants velocity and is low to the ground.
Dog, you kind of just blew my brain by saying one word, mill. My man, they printed a Jace that's an Ashiok. They printed a Jace Ashiok mix card, and the word mill is not in the text box, my guy. What are you doing with your long fingernails, Jashiok? That is not appropriate. We need the word mill. Stop.
And here's the other thing that we haven't talked about at all. Until end of turn, whenever you cast a spell, copy it, you may choose new targets for the copy.
I mean, if you get to that, bro, like, whatever. Have fun, you win.
But I do think that it's kind of like easy if you have the blockers for this. It's kind of easy to get to that 6. It's not outside the realm of possibility to be like, oh,
No,
we're
it's
going to
not.
ultimate the Jace reawaken this game.
Right.
So-
Yeah, you're right. Because you plot up toward that -6, and then every plot cast, you get
Sure.
the copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This card to me has the legs. It definitely has the fingernails, but I think it has the legs.
I think it's got the fingernails. We got to talk about this card because it just seems like I'm pretty sure that this is the most busted card that is going to come from this. This is kind of like that Bant commander from the Brawl decks from Eldraine, the OG Eldraine. I can't think of his name right now, but the deck is just cracked. The commander is just cracked. Chulane, thank you, Jank. Shout out Jank. Chulane. It reminds me a lot of Chulane. Kellen the Kid is 1 blue, 1 white, 1 green for a 3/3 human fairy rogue with flying and lifelink. Says whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you may cast a permanent spell with equal or lesser mana value from your hand without paying its mana cost. And if you don't, you can put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. This reads like everything I hate to play against.
Well, yeah, because it's kind of like almost like a cascade kind of thing from the hand, right? But you have to figure out a way to cast from anywhere other than your hand. So, but yes, it's very good. It's very good. You're going to get that ability off of just casting it from
What are all the ways to cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, chat?
well, yeah, you could cast anything from flashback, anything that's like oh god.
Foretold.
Yeah, foretold, anything. Well, impulse isn't going to be on this card.
Any of the new plotted stuff. Cascade.
Oh, yeah,
Adventure.
Right.
Rebound. Discover. Oh yeah, Discover is the same as Cascade. I forgot.
Yeah, it seems very fun to brew with, and then it's also holding a one of the energy swords from Halo, which is pretty wild.
Master Chief Sword. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Trying to be an elite one day, I think.
It's got one of the swords from Halo.
That would actually, if somebody was like, yeah, Kellen's training to be an elite and go join the Covenant, I would be like, oh wow, the story's getting crazy. They're probably going to do a better Halo version than the Halo show. Ugh. Whoopsie. Hello. Jake.
Yeah, I mean, Bolus's Citadel. Was it black? It isn't black, is it?
Is that your senior picture?
Oh, well, anybody who had that on their bingo card, the senior picture joke.
I'm pretty sure this
Joel
is
has just done the senior picture joke.
This was a character that Jake played in a musical in high school, I'm pretty sure.
That's kind of how my cat looks sometimes when I look at him.
This thing makes me very uncomfortable in like a I kind of want to be a friend way.
Go back 2 cards before we continue with the snake. What was the thing? What was the card we were just talking about? Kellen,
the kid.
Oh, it doesn't have black. Never mind. Never mind. I'm done.
Nah, bro.
We could go back. We could go back to the Cobra joke. My bad.
Back to the Cobra joke. Ha, Jake, seen your picture. Am I right? Your tongue was so black from all the.
Gosh darn
licorice.
it. He did the damn Cobra joke. Senior picture. If it's on the bingo card, then you won a prize.
Jolene is back, but Jolene is not as good as the first time out. Whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures with power 4 or greater, create a treasure token. Sacrifice a treasure and pay a red and 1. Jolene deals 1 damage to any target. I am
Jolene.
thoroughly whelmed by the reference to the Dolly Parton song. Jake, you remember this? You remember this card disinformation campaign back in the day that had to do with surveilling and you would return it?
Intimidation campaign. You told me there wouldn't be rhyming, and there is. I'm so excited.
This doesn't rhyme. It rhymes. Wait, it rhymes with its reference card. It doesn't rhyme with itself.
Right, but disinformation campaign, intimidation campaign. It's a little bit of an off rhyme, but I'll take it.
I like the callback here. That was one of my favorite little interactions when that set came out. Ravnica rematch?
Yeah.
No, Ravnica Guilds of Ravnica. We got that surveil mechanic the first time, and they had disinformation campaign. So we get a little intimidation
Card
campaign
is gas,
here.
dude. I think that this card in the right deck is going to be just absolute gas. I think it's super fun.
So the other campaign, you had to surveil.
Oh, yes.
You had to surveil. When you surveil, return disinformation campaign to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Each opponent
Let's rank the
discards a card.
campaigns.
Yeah, let's rank them.
All right, we got 3 campaigns here, chat.
Campaign of Vengeance is 1 black, 1 white, 3 other for an enchantment that says whenever a creature you control attacks, defending player loses a life and you gain a life. Creature token deck. You attack with 10 tokens.
Oh, a creature.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was about to rate this card so low.
I saw your nose curling and your lip turning up. So I wanted to make sure that you caught the word. Disinformation campaign, pay 3 ETBs, draw a card, each opponent discards a card, surveil, return it. Intimidation campaign, enters the battlefield, each opponent loses a life, you gain a life and draw a card, and whenever you commit a crime, you return intimidation campaign to its owner's hand. And that's what I wanted to point out is like
much easier to do than surveil.
Bro,
this
is a control deck, at least a control deck tryout here, because I don't think you need 4 of them, but having 2 or 3 in there, each opponent loses a life, you gain a life, draw a card. I know there were some synergies. I would go back and look at Eldraine. There were some synergies with black and enchantments in Eldraine that I would go and look at. Maybe get some other synergies. Not gonna lie, dude,
I wish this card had flash.
That would be nice, because then
it's not even that ridiculous for it to have flash, and here's why. Because all that's happening is your opponents are losing a life,
right?
You're gaining a life, and you're drawing a card. It seems like a total ability that could have flash on it,
right?
Then you're set up in such a better way to be able to commit crimes, and it stays mana efficient versus just playing it for 3 and taking a turn off, right?
Yeah, we'll have to try this on the preview event. Oh yeah, shout out. We didn't get invited yet, but they did announce today that they are doing the preview event on Arena again. They're bringing that back for Thunder Junction. So we'll be live for that whenever it is. Just kind of watch our socials or get in the Discord and y'all will see when that is. That'll be a day where we're playing a lot of Thunder Junction. I'll just tell you that. We'll get a lot of Thunder Junction playing that day. That'll be fun. But
so of the campaigns, which one would you rank the highest?
I think
ABC.
I think we're gonna go in order of printing here. 3, 2, 1. Intimidation gets my A. Disinformation gets my B. Each opponent discards is really good. Don't get me wrong.
It's pretty good, right? But if there's a commander that has surveil built into it, this card is pretty good, right?
Mirko was just printed actually. Oh yeah, color commander. Let's say Demir. So 85 cards that say surveil. 85 is enough where you could find 20 to really build out, 25 to really build out the synergy of your deck and not have terrible cards. You may have some cards that in there that aren't fantastic, but they'll say surveil, which is what you need to do. But yeah, Mirko was the most recent commander printed.
Oh, and Mirko and Disinfo campaign are good then, because if you have surveil on the commander, then
this one doesn't have surveil on it.
Doesn't have it on it.
Let's
see, that's what I want.
What we got. Yeah, there's got to be an option.
We want surveil on the commander.
Oh, surveil is commander. 8 options. Whenever you sack a token, surveil
so
one.
Eloise,
TBs.
Eloise has whenever another creature dies, investigate, and whenever you sack a token, you can surveil one. So I feel like it would work in kind of like an Eloise build. But the commit crimes one that was just printed seems like the most playable as far as just like universal function, right? Just like if you want to put it in like a control deck and just try it out. I don't really like, now if we do have Leyline of Anticipation, then sure, cast it whenever the hell you want, but I don't like that it doesn't have flash. If it did have flash, I like it a lot more, but I still don't think it's like worth writing off.
Carrot Top has really taken a turn for the worse.
Especially, dude, in casual commander, you get to those points in the game where everybody literally has like 12 to 15 untapped mana. It's so easy to just play the intimidation campaign, get the ability, and then just have it sit there while you have nothing to do.
Look at Jake in his little baseball uniform. This picture of you in your team outfit when you were 12 is so cute.
Wait a minute. What is this alternate universe where I'm looking at an armadillo and you see baseball?
This isn't a picture of you in your baseball uniform when you were like 12, 11, 12?
I think this is what's going on is there's a ripple in time and the space-time fabric has been torn and we are seeing different things, you and I.
I don't. Yeah. That's what we talk about here on our MTG News Financing Commander channel. Final Showdown is an interesting one. Spree to me is a mechanic that I like. People are really talking about this card. This is either a 2-mana dress down, a 2-mana give a creature indestructible, and then 6-mana destroy all creatures. Or 6-mana, 7-mana destroy all creatures, save your thing. Lose everybody else's indestructible for that 7th mana. And note,
look at those pre-sale prices. Jesus Christ. I shouldn't have said it like that.
Yeah, don't do that. It is a mythic.
Yeah.
Hey, Chili, I think you're in the wrong place. You should probably head out. I like the instant speed, bro. This is a tight card. I'm going to really wipe some Commander players' boards with this. We saw Key to the Vault on the thing. Let's see some of these new cards that we haven't seen yet. We saw all these. Gitrog and Rutstein. Our new Jace. Our new treatments of these new cards. Uncommons. This is a reprint of Archangel of Tithes, which is a pretty cool reprint. Only been in Magic Origins and a list card. Got some Yeehaw art on there. She's got.
I almost want to like dig into it and be like, what is honestly killing the game? Like, because that's my real question, right? Is like, what is killing the game?
No, this is like an anti-commander edgelord take that I hear 1,000 times a day on Twitter and Reddit. Commanders killing the game. They're overprinting the game. It's way more
because of power creep, right?
Right. No, they designed specifically for Commander, and so because there's so much Commander design happening, surely that's making the other formats go down the drain. When we're living in a world where people are loving Modern right now, where people are loving Standard right now, I think people are generally happy with Pioneer. It's kind of mid, I think, boring a little bit from what I've heard from people, but still like not terrible. And so you've got your 3 premier constructed formats that are all juicing right now. You got Commander that's never going to stop juicing. You got Limited, which as long as it's not a face down creature with Ward 3, I think it's fine.
There's a massive amount of cards.
There's so many cards and so much designs happening. Whenever anybody hits me with the Commander's killing Magic the Gathering, I'm just like, okay, bro, and I move on. I hit them with the okay, bro, and I move on, because they are not interested in having a real version of this conversation about some of the actual problems that are happening. Art was stolen again within the last 6 months, was plagiarized, turned in, printed, and made it to print. Let's talk about stuff that matters. They're being overworked. They're being pushed in too many directions at once. Is it Commander? No, bro. It's a combination of 1,000 things. But the game is also doing great, and it's never been doing better, and it's selling more than ever. I mean, look at all the capitalism things that are also great about it right now. I mean, killing the game just means that you don't like. I'm sorry you didn't like Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry they haven't hit your. They haven't. What is it? This person commenting probably is a big fan of like My Hero Academia, with whatever that one's called. Sorry they haven't done My Hero yet. Sorry they haven't done any Weibo. What's the game that puts the woman's butt in your face while she shoots a gun at robots?
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's Animal Crossing. Look at Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's fair. I was just because
Nikkei,
when I hear like killing the game, what I would think of is like mass disinterest, and I don't think that there is mass disinterest.
No.
When I think of like why, like for example, Hasbro might not be doing well, for example, I think about the overproduction of shit like Monopoly. Like are there really that many people buying Monopoly? I don't know. I haven't dug into Hasbro's financials. I know that there is definitely wallet fatigue in Magic the Gathering. I know that 100%. I don't spring to buy every single Magic the Gathering product, but
no, dude. And
I think it's good to be able to kind of like resist FOMO.
Agreed.
You know, like I think that that's totally a responsible kind of mentality to have in Magic, is to not FOMO in, because you know there's going to be this and that.
Yes, dude. And I get that. I'm sitting here gently kissing the boot. I am caressing the boot. We are friends. I'm not eating the boot though, my friends, because there are plenty of complaints. Look at my last 3 fucking videos. One was Karlov Manor sucked. One was Voja's design sucks, but everybody chill out about it. That was kind of the conceit of that video. And then one was, hey, y'all seriously aren't going to print Portuguese anymore? Like, I complain about the game all the time.
I have this question, okay? Anecdotally.
Yeah.
Is this killing the game?
No, nothing.
We have a friend.
This game will outlast this game.
No,
this game will outlast WotC.
No, but anecdotally, I want you to answer me. Is this thing? And before you answer, I want you to hear my whole question here. Is this killing the game? We had a friend who had not played Magic the Gathering for a long time, and came back specifically and bought every Lord of the Rings deck, and is now back into Magic, has rebuilt his Oloro deck that he didn't play since, like 2013, and is now excited to build the Mothman, and is brewing and now constantly texting Joel and I about new decks that he's interested in playing. I want to know,
my man hasn't played in years.
Does that constitute killing the game? I'm just wondering. Someone who is a dormant MTG player comes out of the woodwork and is now building decks and interested in the game because of Lord of the Rings.
Pictures of cards going, oh, did y'all see this card that got previewed today? Oh, after y'all stream, this thing got previewed. Is it killing the game? No. Yeah. I am critical where critique is due. WotC at this point knows what they get with Jake and Joel. We obviously are in passionate love with the game, but we are not afraid to criticize it.
I mean, and here's the thing.
It's dying. This is going to kill it.
This is also a nod to WotC as well, because in this, I'll just say this, this channel, extremely critical on 30th anniversary edition. Highly critical. We called it a clown shoes product. We hated on this over the top product, and then still get a preview card for Fallout, for example.
I started the stream by saying that the story is shit and I can't keep up with it. What the hell's going on? And I feel like they keep wasting the opportunities they're setting up for themselves.
Right. So you be critical where you need to be critical, but you don't be only critical, because then you come off as like a boy who cried wolf kind of thing. And then you make sure that you you do give credit where credit is due, because if you can learn from both, right? You get positive reinforcement for one thing, you get negative reinforcement for the other thing. So it's like, just like be honest about the thing. But no, I would say, killing the game, whether it's the Fortnitification or whatever that this one person is complaining about, I can say, based on this one situation, it's not killing the game. It's just like, maybe some people are turned off by it, but if more people are joining the gathering, is it killing the game? I would have to say no.
You know who's going to kill the game is Jake, when he builds the commander that was written for him, created specifically to be built by my friend Jake. Riku of Many Paths, back again.
Oh, good God. There's too much text, and we all know that I can't read.
1 red, 1 blue, 1 green, 3/3 human wizard. Whenever you cast a modal spell, the first time that word is popping up on an MTG card, modal. Choose up to X, where X is the number of times you chose a mode for that spell. Exile top card of your library until the end of the next turn. You can play it. Put a +1/+1 counter on Riku of the Many Paths. It gains trample until end of turn. Funny that you can't play Path in a Riku deck, so he can't multicast Path and actually literally be Riku of many paths.
Jeez, this is freaking awesome.
Or you can create a 1/1.
Is there
Oh, I know what he's gonna ask, chat. I know what he's gonna ask.
What's the thing for modal?
Yeah.
What's our syntax for modal?
I posted it on Twitter earlier today. I was like, hey, by the way, just a note for everyone, is modal, works on Scryfall and Moxfield.
Joel is gonna paywall this freaking syntax wizardry. He's a syntax wizard. I'm telling you, man.
Got to be a trick.
I'm telling you, you are a syntax wizard, and you should put it behind a paywall. I would literally subscribe to that. if you did that as like a side gig, I'd be like, yeah, Joel's syntax.
I do
class.
Scryfall searches for people. They're like, I need white enchantments printed between 98 and 99 that do this effect. 292 cards where they have modal choices.
Is it based on choose? Does it have to do with choose?
It has to do with, yeah. So Matt Tabak here, our friend, principal magic editor over there at Wizards of the Coast. A modal spell is a spell where you choose from among modes a bulleted list of options as you cast it. They include spree cards. That's the new connection. That's why Riku is here, is to take advantage of spree cards. A permanent with an activated or triggered ability that includes modes is not a modal spell. So like Staff of Domination, that's not a modal spell. But all of these are. And
so this is an
do you see some good cards on this list?
Like spell slinger kind of thing, right?
Well, enchantments, outpost siege.
So at sushi is a modal spell?
I believe so. A spell where you choose from among modes as you cast it.
As you cast it.
Wait, hang on. A permanent with an activated or triggered ability that includes modes when is triggered. When means trigger. So this does not count. Okay, hang on. We need to minus type permanent. Hang on. No, not type. Type permanent is not a type, but is permanent as a state of being. There we go, baby. We're clear.
So it's a teamer spell slinger.
Yeah, Matt, they'll update. Scryfall always updates fast. This is the actual first time we've had clarification and specificity. Just designation that modal is a thing on a card. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so Jake, sorry, you were saying teamer spell slinger? Yeah, I think exactly right. I think that's exactly right.
That seems like a fun kind of place to be. That seems kind of cool. I could get down with that.
Well, now it also means to me that now that there's a card that has modal called out, it means that we're going to get an artifact, and this may be an artifact in the Riku deck that says
this is kind of like a fine wine list too.
Whenever you choose whenever you choose a mode on a spell, choose an additional mode. You can choose the same mode you've already chosen. Some artifact that just passively, like voting. You know those cards that say when you vote, you get an additional vote? Yes. When you choose a mode, choose an additional mode. Absolutely. Food Time said far out from infinity. Absolutely gonna be some cards in this. Rather than choose the indicated number of modes for spells, it's got the acorn stamp though, this isn't a legal card. Rather than choose the indicated number of modes for spells and abilities you control, you may choose one or more modes. You can't choose any mode more than once. This is exactly it though. They will design this in a way that is fine for Legacy so that Commander can have it, and we'll be good to go. They've just got to figure out how to get it through the legacy, loophole.
Wait, okay, so going back to our commander here.
Riku.
Our Riku. How are we building this? Like, we're gonna have some modes in there so that obviously we can trigger Riku, but we need something that's gonna win the game other than just, casting more modes for, like exile the top until end of turn, you may play it.
Yeah, we need
to put a 1/1 counter on it. Like, this almost seems like we want to be in like
these 13 cards have to be in it, and I don't care what they say, because these say choose one or more. These 13 specifically say choose one or more. And so with our new Riku, we can fully take advantage. Whenever you cast a modal spell, choose up to X, where X is the number of times you chose a mode for that spell. So all of these let us do 3.
Yeah, you get like a
Or
bird.
2. No, that's here. Nope. Let's go game paper. Sorry. We got some arena cards in there. We had 1 arena card in there. Right. And so I think it's really, how are we building this?
I'm getting a
You pick.
chill vibe from it. It's mostly chill.
Aren't
I
there
don't
some
think it's
blue
super sweaty.
spells? Yeah.
I think it's very super casual, but I think it's fun and it'll be fun to brew with. Exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play it. Like sometimes that's going to be a modal spell that you don't even want to play.
I'm assuming that you can choose the same mode multiple times since it doesn't say you can't.
Bro, I think it might be a Voltron thing. And the fact that you can make a bird to get around sacrifice effects, I think it might be like a Riku Voltron with like some modal spells in there so that you can really get the most out of Riku's toolbox, and then just run stuff like Lightning Greaves and some unblockable kind of stuff, get through.
I mean, this is basically like a Murmuring Mystic out of the command zone.
Yeah. Yes.
You could build it that way, and you could lean fully into bird tokens.
I would run like a stack of artifacts to protect Riku, because this is a commander where you don't want it to die, right? You want him to just stick on the battlefield and then get value out of what you do.
Right, exactly. Riku's a value play. You approach, I mean, again, it depends on how you want to build the deck, but yeah, Riku's mainly going to be card value for you, I would say.
Dude, I would even go so far as, if I know I'm going to be making so many birds with it, I might even run like a coat of arms and have like a backdoor God.
Yes, dude.
Air kind of thing.
All
and
the
just,
Kindred
like,
cards if
get
you're
in
going to
with a
go
bunch
birds.
of
Right, yeah. I'm
dude.
Riku of the bird path. That's the path I choose.
Riku of the bird path, and then run like whatever the best modal things are so that you can do your commander a little bit, but then just... Yeah, I mean, it seems fun. It seems interesting.
Yep, I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's a
Skull Clamp, yes. Skull Clamp on birds. That seems great.
Pretty sweet new Riku there. We got Bonnie Paul, Clear Cutter. Blue, green, 3 for a giant scout. This is Paul Bunyan.
Okay.
Paul Bunyan, Bonnie Paul, come on. When Bonnie Paul Clear Cutter enters the battlefield, create Bow, a legendary blue ox creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Whenever you attack, draw a card. Whenever you attack, draw a card, then you may put a land card from your hand onto the...
That's on the attack, dude. That is not on damage. So that's a pretty big ability.
Bonnie ain't got to attack, my man.
Whenever it has reach, so
whenever you
attack,
when anything attacks, any creature you have, it attacks, you get to draw a card, put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. What the fuck? This is simicer than I've ever simicked.
Yeah, it is pretty simic. It's appropriately costed. Thank God Wizards of the Coast decided to make it a 6 cost and not like a 4 cost, which is what you would expect from something simic.
Right. 1 green, 1 blue, 6/5 reaching giant scout.
Yeah, I do like that it has reach. This is a good candidate for like a mithril coat. Just give this thing indestructible and just let it block forever until it gets removed. And then swing through with your ox and just go big mana.
Swing low sweet chariots, baby. Give that thing.
Seems fun.
What, Garrick's Uprising? Get Garrick. Yeah, dude. Garrick up. Garrick up. Give everything trample. Bow your way home.
Yeah.
From your hand
whenever
or
you
your
attack,
graveyard.
draw a card, then you may put a land. Yeah, it's just the velocity is here too. So what I'm thinking is just run big mana and maybe even some mana rocks and make sure you get this out as fast as possible and then just start going.
On curve, you're getting 12 power. If you cast this on curve, you're getting 12 power onto the battlefield. And then any of your creatures that are already present, if they attack, are card draw for you.
Yeah.
And further ramp.
Yes.
Nickel said, gonna be fun with mana drain in arena, dude. You're telling me. I'm just waiting. I'm ready. Multiplayer brawl. Please give it to me.
This is pretty dumb, dude.
That's all I want
Honestly,
for my birthday.
this is pretty dumb.
There is a lot going on here, and it's all pretty brutal.
Yeah.
In that casual commander brutality way. Whenever Fortune enters the battlefield, scry 2. It's a 3-mana 2/4. When it attacks while saddled, at end of combat, exile it and up to one creature that saddled it. Return those cards. So it's a little Blinky Felidar.
Get it out of here. I don't even want to talk about it. Put it in Brago and let's never look back.
How often do you attack while you're saddled?
Often. If you are saddling me, I am probably in attack mode.
Oh wow, I didn't know
Let's just say that.
Didn't know that was good. Yo, you're not talking to me. You're talking like an ethereal you. If you're saddling me,
Yeah.
not referring to me.
Right.
Like if I'm getting saddled, I'm in attack mode, dude.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense, actually. Yeah, a little Felidar. Nothing ever went wrong with a Felidar, right? So we got a little,
joins up
little
And
kind
it's
of a
up.
mirror cycle of the
on
oaths.
each creature you control.
Yeah, dude.
Interesting. Whenever a legendary creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. This is cool. I bet you wish that this was in your colors, your
I was
Mardu
just about to
colors.
say, but all of the joins up. I'll take all of the joins up that are in my Mardu colors because it's a legendary permanent itself, meaning I can grab it with Dahada's ability. He's talking about my my Dahada commander.
Yes.
Binder of the Whales, legendary reanimator. Yeah, control deals combat damage, draw a card. Yeah, this is cool. I like a little riff on a beloved cycle. The oath cycle was good enough where at least one of them got banned from a major format at some point. And so I like this as a cycle. I can't wait to see the rest of them.
I mean, that for me almost seems like if you're running like an elf ball, for example. I mean, as soon as Lathrel's done 1 point of damage and you've drawn a card, this card is pretty much worth it, right? You could give the entire team Death Touch. I mean, you probably don't even need it as much as like a deck like that can go barreling out of control, but this is just like giving the entire team Death Touch is pretty good, right?
Permanently.
Right.
Even if Vraska joins up, leaves the battlefield, if they
Creature, they all
survive,
have them. Yeah.
they just get the counter. Death Touch counter is
Yeah.
nutty. Death Touch counter is
Yeah.
cracked, man. Ridiculous.
Yeah, if you just put Death Touch on your entire team, and then it's like, sure, you're probably running some legendaries, even if you're in like a Sultai kind of thing, and it's just like, sure, the 5 creatures I have on the board, Uro, Sheoldred, this thing, whatever the fuck. I mean, it seems very good.
Yeah. Tie-em players
It is
rejoice.
so cheap.
Tie-em players rejoice. They get to replace a bad card that says some random counter on it with a good card that says some random counter on it. And it's not some random counter. It's a playable, very strong counter.
2-drop enchantment that has a passive ability in it afterwards that lets you draw cards. I mean, would you run a card that's 1 green and 1 black, put a Death Touch counter on each creature you control as is, and it doesn't even have that second line of text?
Maybe. If it's an enchantment, I would be asking why it's an enchantment at that point, because if it's only got an ETB, why is it an
Say
enchantment?
it's a sorcery.
Yeah,
Put a Death Touch counter on each creature you
for
control
2
for
mana?
1 green and 1 black.
Yeah, dude, there's not a lot of decks that aren't going to want. Well, I mean, if it's a creature attacking based deck, there's not a lot of decks that are not going to want that.
That's what I'm kind of thinking, right? Is if you
I
have
love
like
this card.
air and or ground support and you're going wide and you're in those colors,
So good.
I feel like this is going to give you an entire line of really good blockers, right? But now you have this other thing built in there that says whenever a legendary creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. If you're running any sort of like legend support, you just want it that much more, right? That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just saw a sick call. I haven't seen this name since 2011.
Oh yeah, Skullbriar.
Whenever this legendary
Hasty?
bro. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever a legendary creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Give our hasty giant Skullbriar Death Touch as well.
I mean, bro, even if you look at like a Muldrotha list, for example, you're gonna see a bunch of legends in a Muldrotha list.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah,
It's a good card.
yeah. It's
I hope
pretty
that whole
good.
cycle is as good as it is. These are uncommons. We're just going to look at rares and mythics tonight so we can get a sense of where the power level of the set
Sure.
is. But I did want to call out some cool art. Fleeting Reflection. This is a pretty cool one. An interesting card too, as far as uncommons go. Hexproof instant speed, and it becomes a copy of a different creature until end of turn. Interesting for 2 mana. Art call out here. Wayne Reynolds coming through.
Oh my goodness gracious. A loan shark? Are you kidding me?
Dude, Wayne Reynolds not only murders the game on pretty much everything that he ever does or touches, but he has killed it on Loan Shark.
Predatory loans.
Yeah, dude. Predatory loans. Talking about some Jackbox. Well,
When Loan
Jackbox
Shark
Fallout.
enters the battlefield, if you've cast 2 or more spells this turn, draw a card.
Yeah, it's fine.
And it has a plot cost.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
More call out here is the Wayne Reynolds art of Loan Shark, which is, this is going to be iconic forever. I just love it. Let's look at this mythic here. Bristly Bill, Spine Sower, 1 green, 1 other. Landfall of put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. For 5 mana, you can double the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control.
Something plays well with doubling season.
something. Each creature you control. Something. Dark side of the force. Yeah. This is
Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Just shut up, dude. This card is so stupid.
I
This card is
tweeted
so stupid.
an existing oh no, Soulless Jailer, that was that. There is an existing combo in MTG that is infinite with landfall. Here we go, right here. Kodama of the East Tree, Scoot Swarm, and Simic Growth Chamber is infinite landfall and infinite creature tokens. So once you've got infinite landfall going, land enters the battlefield under your control, we're just +1 countering all of our, just ridiculous. There's so many ridiculous over the top win.
It's almost just like
silly
redundancy on something that's already kind of like
bro, every single time they print an enchantment that says whenever you play an enchantment, draw a card. Like, do we need any more of these? Do we need more Enchantress Presence, Eidolon of Blossom? Oh, we needed it out of the command zone. Thank you, Mountain Horizons 2. We needed that effect in the command zone. Excellent. Yeah, so Bristly Bill is kind of cool.
Bristly Bill is kind of cool.
Jake, they are teasing you, bud. They are just teasing the hell out of you. That's Karavik on a card.
Karavik hanging out. Is Karavik the big bad and we haven't seen him yet?
No.
That's kind of cool.
A tool is the big bad. The Scorpion Dragon. That's real.
Well, then what the fuck are we doing?
I don't know, man. They just keep teasing Karavik, but they're not showing Karavik. I just want to see Karavik. Malcolm back. Malcolm, I guess they're just like, we're gonna make that person a really main character. That bird, that siren, a really main character. But you know, anybody can be here. So why not Malcolm? Yeah, do you like?
It's Malcolm Landing.
Did you ask Midjourney to make a picture of a unicorn?
I did not.
I'm just talking shit, y'all. This is absolutely not AI art. Jonas Derode made a beautiful piece here.
Roast Joel in the comments right now, please.
It's just AI. AI has ruined art. We hate it. Seraphic Steed, 1 white, 1 green, 2/2 first strike, life link. Whenever it attacks while saddled, create a 3/3 white angel creature token, and it's got a saddle of 4. Fang, you're right. It's my senior photo. Look at that.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
This is what they called me in high school. Destrier Seraphique.
This is the limited card of the set. This is like, there's so much going on here that I absolutely love about this card from a limited standpoint.
It's a rare.
As far as like, I know it's rare, but you know, you can, you know, if you get this rare, definitely play it.
You should play this. You should play this.
It's very good
with a lot of other words printed on it.
It's very, very good. First strike, lifelink. On the attack, while saddled, create a 3/3 white angel creature token. So it's a flyer that creates more flyers. Yeah, it's extremely strong.
Is there a standard creature, chat?
Great limited card. Not excited about it anywhere else.
I need a 3 mana. I need a CMC 3 creature with power 4 that's legal in standard. And we're hoping green white, but we'll take whatever. Okay, we got 38 options. Okay, let's take it back and we'll go. Bloated Contaminator. Let's sort by rarity. Primal Adversary, Mythic. Trostani. That could be a good one or two of in the deck and also hit our piece. Hit what we need. Oh, dude, Jesus, there we go. This is played in the domain deck already. Yeah, this card is sick. Bro, we Topiary Stomper on turn 3, and then we can crew the horse. We can crew the horse and attack and create a 3/3 flying angel. And so our board is Destrier Seraphique, a damn dinosaur, and a 3/3 angel. Yeah, not bad. There's your turn 2 and 3, chat. Turn 1.
Walter, thank you for the 40 months. We appreciate you, man.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. That's
a long time of months.
And you got a basic land onto the battlefield tapped when Topiary came in.
That's pretty cool. Plant dinosaur.
Yeah, we're going to put the dino on the horse.
Yeah.
I want to put that dino on that horse so bad. Yeah, we could it'd be fun to put together. It'd be fun to put together a couple standard decks and play on that day.
Yeah.
We haven't done a true, like, we've been full-time preview event yet. And so if we do get into it, if we're invited, that's something I would love to play as long as I can stand sitting there.
What else do we got? Terror of the Peaks. That's pretty sweet. We got that coming back.
Yeah, so cool new art. Looks like Khans of Tarkir dragon here. And hell, it could be, because every plane is every plane now. Terror of the Peaks. We know this card. We love this card. It has needed a reprint since 2021. We have not received an even list version of it.
Dude, like, holy cow. Talk about a card that...
Red Eyes Black Dragon.
I'm just going to say this about this dragon. This dragon is like... It's honestly very chill. And I know that seems crazy. 5/4 flyer, whenever...
This card is a win con. This is a win condition. You're talking about?
No, I mean, I know.
Chill.
I know. Whenever it's got a Warstorm Surge on it, I get it. But it is like a very, like, I don't know. It's like a 5-cost dragon. It is giving me a scarcity kind of vibe. Like, if you reprint this and you make a lot of them, it's gonna have a nice adjustment in price. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Terror of the Peaks is kind of chill to me. No, I'm.
We got
you can say whatever you want.
New channel merch dropping
hate
soon.
Terror of the Peaks. Like, I hate.
New channel of the peak. New channel merch dropping soon. Everybody get in. It's gonna be a limited or print to order, limited stock. FOMO. Oh wait, hang on.
Terror of the Peaks is a good card to get people to buy the set. Let's just say that.
Here we go. New channel art coming soon. Bro, I could design merch full time. That's all I'm saying. I could be a full-time merch designer.
No, you know, I probably do need to play against more dragon decks, Jank, but I'm just saying, like, when I look at this card compared to something that ends up being like a massive draw engine, right? Or, you know, like, I don't know. This is something I can kill. This is something that dies. I can kill this thing.
That's why Jake doesn't like playing creatures.
Sometimes you get locked up in a situation versus a stack of enchantments and it feels like you're playing in a prison. I don't get this vibe from this card.
Jake's commitment issues come from the fact that everything dies and he has got an issue with that.
Sure, any card can die, but like, stuff that gets like that dies in like a catch-all of like a board wipe that can also die to targeted removal is different than stuff where it's like you need to cast a Reverent Silence in order to clear the whole board of too many enchantments, for example, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it is a difference. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I get you, man. I get you. And it's got 4 toughness, so it can get fucking lava coiled.
Yeah, I mean, it's manageable. Now, sure, on a battlefield with a stack of dragons and this thing has a lightning greaves on it and you can't even target it and every single dragon coming out is just burning your face. Yes, I can see situations where it's not a chill card.
I've mostly seen it used. Will somebody get a screenshot of this so I can submit this?
Yeah, there's no ward on it. I mean,
Coach.
that makes it chill. The thing that is less chill than this is a disguised creature, right? Because it's freaking 2 ward, man. I'd rather fight against a disguised creature than Terror of the Peaks.
Nothing's better.
Excuse me, a Terror of the Peaks than a Cryptic Coat.
Nothing's better than the best Magic card that's ever existed.
Fuck this card.
Spoken like somebody who's gotten hit by Cryptic Coat in Murders at Karlov Manor Limited.
Yeah, give me the Terror of the Peaks.
Yeah,
I will take that over the Cryptic
Oh my
Coat.
god, somebody totally nailed it. Here we go. This one will be 001 of we'll make 10 of them. And then
there's 10.
We'll just have 10 of our 2024 Terror of the Peaks is kind of chill shirts. Honestly,
just shatter it. Done. Exactly. And that's where the issue is like we're playing Shatter.
Whenever you cast an outlaw spell, copy it. Jake, do you remember our jingle for what it constitutes an outlaw?
War and P.
Nailed it.
Warlock, Assassin, Mercenary, Rogue, and Pirate.
Satoru the Infiltrator looks really sick in the 99. Not my favorite choice for a commander of this type of deck. It's sort of hard to beat Her Highness at taking the ninjutsu commander. It's hard to take commander spot away from a card that okay, so it's hard. I'm having a stroke, I think. It's hard to take away the ninjutsu commander crown from a card that says commander ninjutsu on it. That's really tough because there's exactly one card that says commander ninjutsu on it. So that being said, looking at Satoru, 1 black, 1 blue, 2/3 with menace. Love that type. I mean, love that ability and that power toughness, man. For 2 mana of rough. Menace 2/3. That's nice. Whenever Satoru the Infiltrator and or 1 or more other non-token creatures enter the battlefield under your control, if none of them were cast or no mana was spent to cast them, you draw a card. Chat, besides the obvious, how else can we pull this off? Like, this is obvious, right? It's a ninjutsu commander. Satoru wants to ninjutsu. Satoru, by the way, I can't believe the bouncer let him in. Did not follow the dress code and wear a cowboy hat. Cascade, plot, blink. Hang on. Oh, blink deck. I hate it. Ugh. No, thank you. No, thank you to the blink. No, thank you to the blink deck. I'm good. I hate the blink deck.
Chat for Meltdown. That's a card that I just put on my list of pickups.
Meltdown?
Yeah, Meltdown was a card, like we know Vandal Blast, but
yes!
Meltdown was a card that
love this card. I had multiple copies of this back in the day. This just got outplayed by Vandal Blast, basically. It plays sometimes.
I like both.
Yep.
I like both.
Yeah. I love that card. Meltdown is good. Yeah, Satoru lives in the 99, but like primo in the 99 of that deck, by the way. And yes, I'm only talking in terms of commander. I'm actively trying to ruin this game. Looking at Step Between Worlds, I mean, this is... Bro, you can pay 6 if you really want. You can pay 6 and take a turn off. Pay 6 and time walk yourself to then later, for free, give yourself and every other player the option of wheeling. Back up to 7. This card seems awful to me. Every single step of the way, I hate this. We got to pay 6 mana to time walk ourselves. We're going to give our opponents the option to draw back up to 7.
Well, all right. So something. The wheels deck will find a spot for it, right?
Yeah. Well, and the wheels deck is going to stop other people from taking advantage of the wheels.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, it'll be the kind of thing where they have the NAR set out there to block the value.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Buzz is 100% right. If you've got mana, the next turn you are wheeling and you are fully untapped and ready to go. But you're paying 6 the turn before for that privilege. I don't know. I just don't see this one breaking into Commander because there's no need for it. This feels like they wanted this type of effect in Standard and needed to like power it down as much as possible. So they didn't print Winds of Change. What is that card?
Ooh, Winds of Change.
Is that right? No. What's the blue wheel called? It's got people digging into the ground with shovels, I think.
I'm gonna listen to Winds of Change though.
Yes, got it. I got there, chat. I got there.
Winds of Change, Scorpions. You're welcome, chat. And also shout out to Joel for saying Winds of Change.
Shout out to Joel. Winds of Change. Left here on our, let's hit a refresh here and see if any new cards have been added. No, we got one more rare to look at, Jake. Outcaster Trailblazer.
Outcaster Trailblazer, I hardly know her. I can read this though because I have been working on my reading. 1 green, 2 other, creature, human, druid. When Outcaster Trailblazer ETBs, add 1 mana of any color whenever another creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. And for plot, you can 1 green and 2 other. Make it happen. We see so many cards like this, right? When something 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. It's like on a whiteboard over there at WotC. They're like, can we put this ability on something? And it's the Outcaster Trailblazer this time.
8 cards. I knew there was a good number.
Yeah, pretty good
Power
number.
4 or greater, draw a card.
Yep.
I mean, this is so like people. I don't want to say people are turning on more and more to Garrick's Uprising because it's been around for a while and people have been playing it. 3 mana green card, draw a card. You're going to have a creature power 4 greater. Everything passively gets trampled. And then even more value as they enter the battlefield after the fact.
Yes. It's like one of those cards where you raise your eyebrows when you see it and you're like, oh God, fucking engine.
Redundancy,
engine is online.
Kind of cool. The plot, it's kind of cool to have. I don't think I've ever seen a creature that enters the battlefield and adds 1 mana. That's very strange. But I like it with plot because it's interesting. On turn 4, we're just talking on curve. On turn 4, you can cast this for free. It's going to bring a mana with it. You're on 4 mana. You get a 5th mana when Outcaster Trailblazer comes into the battlefield.
You ramp for a turn when it comes in.
And then you play something that's 5 mana, probably a 4 power or greater creature, and draw a card off it. This card seems cool, man.
And it is almost kind of modal, right? Because sometimes you might just be like, well, I have 3 mana and I'm just gonna cast my Outcaster and play this thing that I have for 1 mana, for example, right? Like if you just want to, but for the plot, I do. It's such an interesting thing. I don't know if I like plot that much, but I do find it to be.
I'm with you there.
Pretty interesting.
I don't know if I like it either. I'm gonna mess with it. I'm gonna play it. I mean, it's got its uses. I think
it feels weird taking. It's like got a Foretell vibe, right?
Where it's like
a lot of the Foretell stuff was not.
It's mortgaging the present for the future, and I just don't know if time walking yourself is the best thing to be doing, but we'll see. Maybe the power level of 2 free things the next turn, or 1 free thing and you can cast something else so you get 2 things the next turn. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's better. Move to Combat said, look up Smuggler's Surprise. Can we search it on Twitter?
New card?
Oh my God, that could have been porn so easily, and I just opened it right up here on...
Oh, that was close.
I don't see it. Homie. Maybe Mythic Spoiler. Chat, this set so far, Outcaster. No, I don't see it yet, pal. Oh, we missed 3 steps ahead. Yeah, Outcaster Trailblazer pretty sweet. Double down. Oh, here we go. We missed this one. It's a spree spell. Oh, look at this. It's that. So every single set, there's a 3-mana counter spell that has a mechanic from the set on it, you know? This is that. Except they made it rare because it might actually be good because options is good. Options are good. 1 blue, 3 other, create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control. So that's on old curve. I think that ability is 3 mana now generally in Magic the Gathering, but 4 is how that ability started in Magic the Gathering. And then 3 mana, draw 2, discard a card. That's not that great.
No. Instant speed. Instant speed, 3 mana, draw 2, discard a card isn't terrible. I don't hate it.
Yeah, but that's divination. I mean, we could just draw 2.
Right. Right, but divination is sorcery speed. You know, this is at least instant speed, which is good.
Yeah. Oh, I skipped it apparently. Oh, it's this one. Oh, it's in the video. Smuggler Surprise. 1 green spree card, instant speed. Here's what you could spend that 1 green mana on and do nothing. Pay 2, so 3 mana, mill 4. You can put up to 2 creature or lands from among the mill cards in your hand. Okay.
That's good.
Pay 6, put up to 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Not bad. This guy looks like Grayson Laws to me so much.
Got like a tooth and nail kind of vibe there.
Creatures you control power 4 or greater gain. Oh, so and then it's a 4 or greater. It's a heroic intervention with restriction.
Yeah, that card will see play. That card is extremely good.
Yeah,
this
so
of the spree cards is probably the strongest one I've seen so far. 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield is pretty freaking nutty for 6 mana at instant speed. Yeah, dude.
Dude, instant speed. Holy shit. I didn't even realize that. I thought this was a sorcery.
Mill 4.
But that only makes sense about the hexproof indestructible. Damn.
Like, look at that. Look at this shit. Here's the thing. Whether you got stuff in your hand or not, then you're like, okay, I have this thing in my hand, but I can mill 4 first, and then I can put a creature card from my hand, my graveyard into my hand of the milled cards.
Dude,
now I'm going to do this part that is the 2 creatures from hand onto the battlefield. Yeah, this is very good.
As long as you've got like more than 15 creatures in your deck and your commander is power 4 or greater, this feels like an auto include in any deck where you've satisfied those 2 checkboxes. And those 2 checkboxes are not that hard to satisfy.
Dude. It's a strictly better heroic intervention because at the baseline, now heroic it's not going to hit the 3 or less, right?
The 3 or less
all the big
die.
stuff is going to survive of yours.
It's insane, the versatility here. There's a lot.
And it's not permanence.
It
is creatures where heroic intervention is permanence. But for where creatures matter, yeah, it's like a heroic intervention clone with some wild upside in certain situations.
Yeah, so that's a good way of analyzing these, Jank. Let's analyze this as Smuggler Surprise, instant speed rare spell. Wow, green 7. We're gonna mill 4 cards, put up to 2 creature or lands from among the milled cards into our hand. Nice. We're gonna put 2 creature cards from our hand onto the battlefield, and our creatures with power 4 or greater are gonna get hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Yeah, bro, this is
probably make it into our teamer modal spells deck we were talking about earlier.
It's absolutely going in Riku.
Yeah.
Chat.
That's a fun one.
That's it. Big thanks to the patrons, to the mod squad for being on the stream tonight. If you want to be on the stream with us, if you just want some perks because you want to support us financially to keep doing more and more of this, go check out our Patreon. There's a link in the description. Type !Patreon and you will be sent a link to it right there in chat. We're out of it. We're out.
We're out of there.
We're out of there.
We're out of there.
We're out of there. We're out of here.
Are you already done?
No.
Oh, we're still in.
Don't start talking shit about people yet.
Oh, okay, good.
Chat, good night, everybody. The jingle. Buzz, I'm going to be honest. I don't remember how I sang that jingle. I improvise things and then immediately forget them.
Something else. Warm P.
Warm P.
And if
Yeah.
it all could have been avoided if not for having to include warlocks in with criminals. They could have left warlocks out and they would have had a get out of jail free card. It would have called.
If you want to be,
It would have been
an
called
outlaw with
Arm
me,
P. It would have been Arm P. So
if an out-
Parm.
if
It would have
an
ended up
outlaws-
just being Parm.
Oh,
It
there
would
we
have
go.
been Parm.
There we go.
Parmesan.
If an outlaw is what you wanted to be, it's a warlock, assassin, rogue, mercenary, or pirate for me. Warm P.
Warm P. Yeah, it could have been Ramp. It could have been Parm. It could have been Marp.
Could have been Mr.
It
Paw.
could have been. Yeah. But with the W, Warm P was the only way to go.
Chat. That is not going to be the
Crap.
last time that we ever end a stream with Warm P was the way to go. Hope everybody has an excellent night. We love you. We'll miss you until next Wednesday. We'll see you live next Wednesday. Go check out the Patreon.
Until you see us in San Francisco. Goodbye.
Yep. Going to San Fran. Bye-bye. Okay. All right. Good night, everyone.